Alright guys, so this is day 2 and we will be talking about Office 365 pilot project where okay guys saying not on WhatsApp. So yeah, so you got that invitation from the Google group. Oh okay, so I'll be adding those who I wasn't able to add. Can you just say hello to me on WhatsApp so I could just add you there? Hello and hey, add me to Office 365 group. Those who are not in the WhatsApp group, please just on WhatsApp say hello to me and please add me to Office 365 group so I could just add you in the break or um, well after the class. Alright guys, so as I was saying that some people are on their way to the class, so on their way from the first one room to another room where the computer is, so that's also a huge distance. Yeah, so okay, and yeah, so I got three. Okay, so who started Michael Jackson here? Yeah, let me just give you all. Okay. Right. So, okay. Someone's in a mood. So, yeah, I'll be adding all of you guys. Just say hello and add me to Office 5 group. So, some of you have said, some of you who haven't, just do that. Okay, guys. Well, I was kind of waiting for all to arrive, but please try to be on time because if you miss the initial starting of the class where we're trying to understand what's going on, then you will not understand the rest of the class as well. And one more important thing is that that if you require assistance, I'm going to be doing the lab. If you require assistance pretty much every 2 to 3 minutes, so it's better to not do the lab with me here, but sit back and understand what's going on, and then do the lab when you get the video and you have the 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days between the classes. Do the repeat the lab from the video, understand all the lectures from the video. Right now, ask questions, understand. I would say that follow the lab, but if you're stopping at certain points and a lot of stopping is going on, then sit back, enjoy the show, and try to understand what's going on and repeat the labs during the when you get the video. And also wherever you're stuck during the week as well, you can just put that screenshot. Oh, I'm getting this message or I'm getting this error, so put that screenshot on the WhatsApp and we're all gonna help you, right? So we're a group now, and we're a team. We're gonna work as a team. And okay, so viewer is saying, do we have access to Office 365 where you are making notes? Oh, viewer, I have. So that's a very mysterious user, and it's just viewers, right? So okay, what I'm saying here is just kidding. That guys, you need to be on this school here, and this school has everything, all the lectures and the notes, even the one note that I created before. So that one note is in this Office 365. So those who don't have the link here, I'm gonna give you the link now, and please create your account there, and then log in. So everything's inside this, right? If you're not enrolled to this Office 65, just let me know and I will enroll you, and then you have access to all the lecture. Even if you go back here, what to expect in this course, about the instructor, resources for the course, what software and configuration is needed. So, and then day 1 class video is here, guys. Those who missed the day 1 class video, so it is here, and what needs to be there before the next class on Thursday 7 May. So I put all this information here. The same thing, I'll be filling up a lot of stuff here from the pilot project as well, right? So just make sure that you're connected to ENROLL, Amir's Online IT School, or maybe if there's another catchy name that you can give me, I'll just put that. The Great Martian School, something like cool, right? Anyway, so let's go get down to what we need to do today, and there's a long list of topics there. Okay, so if you're logged in, you're saying that enroll me. So yeah, I will be enrolling you and adding everyone else. Okay, guys. So let's get going. And the first thing is what is the pilot project that I'm talking about, right? And let me check.
Huh? Office 365.
Okay, let's mute our mics, guys, because I can hear you. So I'm gonna mute all from my side, but please mute your mics as well. The mic is this one. See this? Maybe you're looking at that. Maybe you're seeing that. Mic is here. Mute me, right? You can just okay. Anyway, so let's get going here and pilot project. So concept behind the pilot project. The pilot project is that suppose we have a local branch here, local branch, and that is suppose it's Toronto local branch, right? And the Toronto local branch has so any questions? I'm looking at the chat as well. Every question is welcome as long as it is related to the course. And when the lockdown will be removed, I have no idea about that, so don't ask me that question. So any other thing? Yes, about the question, the topic. Okay, so I was just being funny. Yeah, so Fahad says here, can you mute them unless it's necessary? Oh yeah, because it becomes really difficult when you are watching this video again. Oh, okay. Yeah, so guys, please mute your mics, and I'll mute from here as well. I do try to mute that, but WebEx has that unmute thing that any user just can unmute easily. So, okay, guys, we're talking about this, pilot project. I'll just quickly put that here. Then we'll need to start the lab. We need to create the Office 65 trial version, Enterprise 5. We're going to understand what is Enterprise 5. So, pilot project, and then we're going to go for exchange online, and the long list of applications that we're going to go. It's level 3 administration level labs there, so it's going to be tough, but if you are ready to give your 100%, then definitely you will reap the rewards and enjoy the rest of the life if when you get a job, better job there, right? So now is the time to really work hard and give it your 100%, right? Repeat all the labs, understand everything. If you don't understand and repeat, and the labs you're repeating with me, but you don't understand what I'm doing, but you have done all the labs, and at the end, click, 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 and you say, yay, I've done the lab. But then when I ask, okay, what did you do? I mean, can you answer this question? And you're like, um, well, so this means that you have completely wasted your time. Congratulations. So make sure you understand what's going on. Second thing, do the lab two or three times at home. Well, you're at home, I know. So, and then third thing is do the certification ASAP, right? I'm going to be pushing you for that. We're going to work hard together, and you are a team. You're going to work as a team. If you're stuck with anything at home, just put it on the WhatsApp group, and everyone is here to help each other, right? And share knowledge about whatever you discovered or new topic, right? All right, guys. So again, back to the pilot project here. So the objective of the pilot project, the first one is that connect local branch active directory users to Office 365 Azure Active Directory there. So now this is cloud here. Office 5, obviously we're talking about SaaS cloud here. And this is a local branch, right? So we're trying to connect local users to the cloud Azure Active Directory. Now, when we talk about, first of all, Active Directory is going to give you authentication, authorization, and accounting, which means that users can, if you put username password, then Active Directory will confirm that your password is correct or not. If you want to connect to anything inside the branch, then Active Directory will make sure that, oh, do you have access to this printer? Do you have access to this server? Do you have access to this resource? So Active Directory does all that authentication, authorization, accounting, right? So suppose you have you're in a Toronto local branch here, and you have this. Um, so this is local branch, and you have a server 01, and that's the name of the machine that has Active Directory authentication system installed there. Active Directory, right? So, and you have actually created their 390 users. So I'm going to be sending you a script, and you're going to be installing those users with me, all the users there. Well, wherever everything. Okay, so these are Active Directory users there, and we need those users. So suppose, first of all, what are those users doing on the daily basis, right? So they are, okay, let me just put the chat a little bigger here. Yeah. So what are those users doing daily basis? So this is a local branch, maybe it's a big branch, right? So you have a file server here where all the user files are there and they connect every day. You have a print server here, you have a web server here, you have a SQL server with databases here. So that's a lot of applications that you have. So suppose file server, print server, PS, and web server, WS, and maybe antivirus server, maybe SQL server. SQL is database, right? So users are connecting to these files every day, right? So they log into it, okay, connect to this, connect to this, connect to this, remotely connecting. But then your organization heard a lot about, oh, so there's a cloud application there, and oh, there's a lockdown. Oh, what do we do? Now all the employees cannot come to the office, so you have to remotely connect. What is the best meeting software there? Office 365 Teams. Okay, so companies have already been shifting to Office 365 way before the pandemic, and pandemic just made it even more compulsory to connect to online resources. So that's why more administrators are required in the today's market for online resources. So now your company has already some resources in the cloud, but they are going big times on Office 365, and many of the future Fortune 500 companies are already there. So Office 65 SaaS cloud, or software as a service cloud, and there your company decided that we will be using Exchange server, we're going to be using Teams, we're going to be using SharePoint, we're going to be actually getting some more newer applications as well. Okay, so there are some questions there, comments there. Local branch equals on-premises AD. So Wakai is saying yes, exactly. So when I say local branch, this is just for explaining that, but yes, in production environment, or terminology for that is on-premises AD, exactly. So you're right. Thank you for sharing that, Wakas. So it is exactly on-premises Active Directory, right? That's the first thing. And second thing, Nazmul is saying, can you user connect on-premises servers using VPN from home? So, Nazmul, yes, that's another point here. Normally, the users could connect to the branch resources with the help of a VPN server. So, anyone knows what's a VPN server, or what do we do with that? Anyone knows what's a VPN server and what do we do with that? So, we remotely connect from home to office with the VPN server, right? So virtual private networks, exactly. There you go. So those some of the users who are commenting, that's very good. Please keep on commenting, and your participation in the class is very appreciated. So it makes the class very lively as well. So, are you guys, VPN or virtual private network, remote connect from home to office or office to office, right? Side to side VPN are there as well. Now, yes. So Nazmul says that those who are users are at home, they can connect to through VPN server. They should have a VPN client. They connect to the VPN server, and from there they can access the resources. Yes, that is already going on in pretty much all companies, right? Uh, but then the companies decide, your company decide, your management decides, oh, we have to have a database server in the cloud. We're gonna have an employees application added there, or AirWatch. Maybe some of you have heard about AirWatch. What is AirWatch? When you throw the watch in the air, so at once you can say AirWatch. No, it's not that. AirWatch is that exactly, MDM, mobile device management, exactly. So Yeah, it's not the watch in there. So the thing is that AirWatch is a software that handles all your. Suppose you have 20,000 users in your company, so you allowed them to connect through their devices, mobile devices, to your company, applications. So this means that you have to manage their mobile devices, and one of the labs that is upcoming in our Office 365 that we're going to log in from our cell phones to Office 365, and then we're gonna try to manage through our Office 365 software here, any policies for the applications that we log in from Office 365 from our cell phone, right? So we're gonna connect or manage through Office 365 console our mobile devices as well. So we're gonna check that. If you can check that here, wow, that's very good. And you can say in the interview that yes, I can handle mobile devices from the Office 65 console. So the company decides we're gonna purchase some applications, the cloud versions of the applications. Exactly. Nazmul says Intune, Microsoft Intune. Uh, First of all, Microsoft Intune, that is for device management as well as local branch updates. So we're going to connect to in Microsoft Intune as well. That's a cloud version of SCCM, which is System Center Configuration Manager that configures thousands of devices in one go. Then there's a question from viewer that what is MDM? MDM is mobile device management. So if I just type here, AirWatch is a MDM, right? MDM. It's mobile device. Okay, yeah, mobile device management. Okay, I'm just trying to say it in a local style. Mobile. Otherwise, it's mobile. We normally say it mobile. Okay, okay, guys. So let's get going. The company has decided to go for cloud applications, and this is already happening. This has already happened, and they keep on adding more devices there. So hospitals are purchasing some hospital applications, cloud versions of hospital applications. Insurance companies are purchasing some insurance applications that are in the cloud. So guys, you can comment. You're commenting privately. You can actually change that to everyone. You're commenting only privately, right? So you can change it to everyone, so everyone else could also see your comments, right? AirWatch is part of MS product. Ali's asking, and AirWatch is actually from VMware. It's not Microsoft product. AirWatch is not a Microsoft product. So, but this is all third-party applications that are available in the cloud. I'm going to show you that within Office 365, how to add an application after suppose the company has purchased the licenses for applications, how to add an application and how to add your users to the application. But right now we're still trying to stick to what are we doing in the pilot project, right? So I'm trying to get back to that, but I'm also taking your answers, questions and comments there and answering them. So well, let's go ahead. So mobile device management here. So the company decided, hey, all our users will be connecting to cloud, and we have purchased, suppose there are like 5,000 users here. In our case, actually 390 users. So because my script only creates 390 users, I need a script, guys, actually that can create 1,000 or 2,000 users. Okay, anyway, so well, I'm so lazy to search for that. Otherwise, it's just out there in the market. So 390 users we have in our branch. So the company says, hey, 390 users, not only that you're using the file server in the local branch or on premises, you're using print server, file server, web server, SQL server, but from now on, you're going to be connecting to the Office 365, and we have purchased their SQL database or Oracle database there. We have purchased their AirWatch. Well, users don't have to connect to that. AirWatch will just handle their mobile devices. And suppose the company has purchased some other applications that the users, so accounts apps. Suppose there's accounts apps. So users have to connect to that. And well, any other business BI apps, we can say business intelligence apps. So BI apps, which is business intelligence, right? So now the users have to connect to that. So the company says, hey, 390 users, you have to connect, or maybe there are 2,000 users, or maybe there are 20,000 users, right? You need to not only connect with your same credentials to the local servers, but you're going to connect with the same credentials to the Office 365 online apps. So when you connect to the local devices, our local Active Directory will confirm that your username password is correct or not. When you're connecting to online Office 365, so then obviously there is Office 365 Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory. That will confirm, that will authenticate you up there in the cloud. Are you the same company user or not? Locally, you have a on-premises AD. In the cloud, you have Azure Active Directory. Azure is the product of Microsoft, and it through Azure, Microsoft offers cloud services. So Azure Active Directory is in Office 365 SaaS-based solution. And guys, those who have already done Azure course or know something about Azure IaaS, so let me just give you one explanation about that. Azure is infrastructure as a service platform. That's where you can create VMs, you can create VMs, storage, network, right? I explained last class as well. So IaaS, if you have an account in this Microsoft product, Azure Infrastructure as a Service, and that Azure also has Active Directory, right? That Azure also has Active Directory. And then your company may have an account in Office 365. This is SaaS. So the difference, big difference is, this is infrastructure as a service, this is software as a service. But they both have Azure Active Directory. They both have Azure Active Directory, because any user that connects to Azure Infrastructure as a Service needs to be authenticated. Hey, are you our user or not? And any user that connects to the Office 365 applications needs to be authenticated as well. Are you our user or not? Right? So just make sure you understand one thing, that this if the company does not talk to the support, Microsoft support there, hey Microsoft support, I have my all users connecting to Azure IaaS, and I have my all users connected to Microsoft SaaS based cloud as well. Can you connect them both? If your company does not do that, then this Office 365 Azure Active Directory has nothing to do with the Azure Infrastructure as a Service Active Directory. This is a separate product where you create your infrastructure. This SaaS based is a separate product. Both have Azure Active Directory, but this Azure Active Directory, has nothing to do with this Azure Active Directory, and this one has nothing to do with. They are separate products. Like Office 365 has their own Azure Active Directory. Azure Infrastructure as a Service has its own Azure Active Directory. That's need to be understood first, right? So when you think that, hey, did we use Azure Active Directory in Azure Infrastructure as a Service? Yes, you did, but that is just for this product, and this Active Directory is just for this product, right? Unless you talk to the Microsoft, hey, connect the both together, then Microsoft does that, right? Okay, so Ali has a question here. Sorry, the scenario will not be happen if customer asks Microsoft for server Azure and implement own Exchange server for their mail flow. Um, so many lines. Oh yeah. Okay. So yes, Ali. If you install Exchange server, so okay, let me just go for that. Suppose you install an Exchange server here. What is Exchange server? The email server. So you install an Exchange. Oh, yeah, I just created too many lines. Let me just remove those lines. Right? Okay. So then, if you install Exchange server locally, so many companies are leaving that Exchange server local Exchange server here, on-premises Exchange server for email, right? So on-premises. So suppose you think that, hey, why are we going to Exchange online? Why don't we just stick to our on-premises Exchange server? So the problem with that is, anyone knows, first of all, let me ask, anyone knows, oh yeah, Leo, I'll be explaining how it is cost-wise cheaper than actually the on-premises. But the first question is that why don't we just put the Exchange server on-premises, right? Ali is asking. So on-premises is you have to take care of the underlying hardware first of all, right? So suppose you got IBM servers. So IBM, right? Let's turn on the mic. Okay. Okay, guys. So IBM and HP servers, right? Suppose you have a local Exchange server and you have IBM HP servers. So you have to take care of the yearly license. Suppose this hardware, you have to take care of the hardware basically. Then this hardware is in your data center. That data center cost for having, so when I was in Scotiabank, we were handling 57 Exchange servers across the globe, right? And our branches, local branches, had already on premises. We had 20 Exchange servers there. So obviously, we had to purchase their, the disks, the SAN disks, the ones, right? So those disks were costly. We had those 23 servers locally, so that space that is needed in the rack. So there were loads and loads of racks there, and then the data center costs to keep those servers. So banks and governments then decided in on large scale that why are they maintaining their IBM and HPA servers, and on top of that operating system license, on top of that then the Exchange server? Why don't they just migrate their mailboxes, the user mailboxes, to Office 365? What's the benefit? You don't have to take care of the underlying hardware. You don't have to have a bigger data center, and you don't have to have the license for the operating system there. The Exchange Online is directly there. So Scotiabank had 85,000 users, 85,000, and they were planning to move half of the users to cloud on first phase, and that was also cut into phase wise. That first 5,000 users will go, then 5,000 more will go, then 10,000 will go. So they were getting rid of their local Exchange servers because that was too much of a hassle. Many times, it's not just one time, many times the Exchange server, local Exchange server, went down, and the you know that was a big problem because of some reasons. Even with redundant Exchange servers, the services were down several times for human error or some other mistake. The maintenance was not done on time or something like that. It's a bank, I know, but mistakes happen, right? So there was so much loss of money because of emails did not reach the clients, and they lost some clients as well. So this happened so many times. That's why the local Exchange server requires maintenance, and then you have to hire the administrator leaves a job, again you have to hire a better guy. There are some fakers outside, they join the company, oh I know Exchange, even after interview then you realize, oh they don't know Exchange actually. So then again, so there's a lot of hassle in having local IBM local hardware Exchange server or on-premises Exchange server. So that's why governments, big companies, banks, they're all moving towards and have moved already towards Exchange Online, because no hassle for maintaining their own hardware-based Exchange server, right? Now, that's why it's kind of not a good idea. No, some companies, the big companies, they say, hey, we're not going to migrate all the users to the cloud. We're going to keep maybe suppose they have 85,000 users, so maybe we're going to keep 10,000 mailboxes still there, or some critical mailboxes or critical users mailboxes we're not going to migrate, but all the end user mailboxes they're migrating to the cloud, and it is costing them much lesser than the cost of the maintenance contract of all the hardware servers, the data center, the security of the data center, the hydro bills. So that's why when banks and governments start going towards cloud, so they must have thought about it. But the cost factor is a big one. It is more costly to maintain these devices or servers in your data center than and it's much cheaper to move all the mailboxes to the cloud, right? So then Okay, there's so am I recording that? Yes. Okay. Second thing is, Waqas saying, can we get the idea how much it would cost if we ask MS to combine both IS and SAS? Well, that's just connectivity, Waqas. That's not big deal. I mean, those companies who have these both, this is just connectivity. They don't charge huge for that. So where I can't give you exact cost for that, but this is just a project you give to the Microsoft. Microsoft says it, okay, maybe a few $1,000s and that's it. It connects. For some customers, they were already Microsoft shop. They purchased a lot of products from Microsoft. So, well, they didn't charge them at all, but they do charge some, but it's not big deal for companies. It's not big. I mean, companies can just go ahead and ask the Microsoft support. Okay. And that's my question from Akash. Nazmal says another thing is cost on cloud is pay per use, but on premises it is big cost initially. Yes. So again, maintaining your local data center is this is an old discussion now that everyone knows that it is much more costly to have local servers, and even if you have virtualization and you have fewer physical servers, still you have a data center to maintain. You still have to maintain though that hardware, and in the cloud you don't have any hardware to maintain. You don't have any operating system to maintain. You don't have to do any patching for that. So the cost savings are big when you move towards cloud than the cost that you have when you have the machines locally and applications locally in your data center. So it's a big cost saving. That's why the whole planet is crazy about going to the cloud, right? And that's why Microsoft is even discontinuing the local MCSA certification. It's just very big leap towards cloud. Everyone's going cloud because of the cost and security. And second thing, Microsoft is hiring. Microsoft has implemented billions of dollars, right? So they have hired the best security administrators, the best engineers, the best hardware. So the companies prefer to rent that hardware, rent their data center. When they are done, they can just go back. That's it. Okay, my project is done. I've earned millions of dollars from that project, and I'm just removing all the resources from it. Thank you, cloud. Oh, next year they come back again. Oh yeah, I need to rent your applications again. So they don't have to maintain their data center at all. So it's a huge cost saving. I mean, typical data center for a 10,000 users company would be costing them nearly 80,000, 50,000 to 80,000 per month, or 100,000 per month dollars, right? Okay, that's one thing. Naz was saying another cost. Ali saying, I was wondering if someone set up on Exchange server in Azure instead of online exchanges. That makes sense. So yes, you can create a virtual machine here in this infrastructure as a service cloud. You can create a virtual machine here, and you can install an OS. So the virtual machine will use the hardware. You have to pay for that. OS license, you have to pay for that. And then Exchange server license, you have to pay for that too. So, well, it's still Exchange Online more, less costly, and then creating your own machine with Exchange server. And then again, you have to maintain the hardware. Okay, underlying hardware is their responsibility, but operating system, if the operating system goes down, then Exchange server is down as well. You have if it goes corrupt, you have to then be having redundant machines, two machines. This means they will charge you for using their CPU, they will charge you for using their RAM, they will charge you for using their hard disk, HDD, right, SSD. So the more machines you create, it goes a bit more costly. And then licenses for operating system on all three, and the licenses for Exchange server on all three, or all four, or all five. But here in Exchange Online, no OS there, right? No underlying CPU, RAM. You don't worry about that. You worry about an Exchange server. Here Exchange server can go corrupt as well because you installed it yourself, right? So it could go corrupt as well. Could. So here they take care of the application running in Office 365. They take care of the OS in Office 365. They take care of the underlying hardware, and they are asking you per user per month a fee for that. So you don't, Exchange server doesn't go down in Office 365 OS, you don't have to worry about all that. So creating a virtual machine, you have to handle it yourself. Anything goes down, you have to recover it. That does not happen here in Office 365. It's just working. That's all, right? They have their, in the back end, they have thousands of servers that have their redundancy that can offer Office 365 on thousands and thousands of servers. And state of the art engineering equipment is being used because they have invested billions of dollars on those data centers, right? So yes, you're creating an Exchange server. Yes, technically you can do that. It's again more hassle than actually just managing the Exchange server features. Instead of worrying about, hey, application should not go down, OS should not go down, and how much they are charging my CPU, RAM, and HDD. So you have to consider a lot of factors. If you want to get rid of all this hassle, go straight to off Exchange Online there. That's why companies are crazily going towards Exchange Online. They don't have to worry about OS, the application that they install themselves. They don't really have to worry about any of those things, right? So that's why it doesn't make sense to have a separate machine there. You can technically do that and go ahead and do that, no problem. But it makes more sense that I have to worry about the application features. That's all. I don't have to worry about application itself, its availability, and OS and underlying virtual hardware. Okay, so it makes more sense to go for Office 5 Exchange Online. That's why banks are going, governments are going towards that, insurance companies, hospitals are going towards that. Okay, then the question is, Leo is asking that what about reliability? Reliability. So yes, what could go wrong? That's another question. What about that? If you had, you must have redundant internet connection to that. That's what you need to really make sure. Redundant internet, right? So redundant internet connection. So have one connection here in Canada. It is Bell is the top company, and Rogers is the other top communication company, telecom. They both offer internet. So many companies have redundant Bell connections and Rogers connections. So one goes down, you make sure you're connected to internet. If the fault happens from the Microsoft side, it's their responsibility to keep your data intact and keep it available. Because they invested billions of dollars in infrastructure, they have the best redundancy environments there. So the data centers are big. Exchange Online is spread across, it's hundreds of thousands of copies are spread across thousands and thousands of servers, right? So one server goes down, second server goes down, a branch goes down, their one data center goes down, they have 3 or 4 data centers nearby that will keep you connected. So reliability, it's pretty reliable. As far as your internet is concerned, your internet must be reliable. That's our responsibility, right? That's our company's responsibility. That internet should be, that's all we need to make sure. And then we're just connected to the most expensive set of data centers, cluster of data centers, which are redundant all the time, highly available. Okay, so Ali's asking, so MS has Exchange Server as application for this scenario. Yes, exactly, Ali. Exchange Online is just installed. Go start using it. So, but there are so many features inside, so many security features that are not set up. You have to know where to go and what to set up. And then there are anti-spam features. There are then compliance features. Compliance and security are the biggest problem right now. And in interviews, they ask you such in-depth questions that sometimes I go crazy, like, whoa, where did they get from this scenario from? Okay, so when we go through all the features step by step, one by one, you can understand that there's so much in-depth. They've added so many features and how they're centrally controlling all those features. So just handling Exchange features is also a big task, and you're going to see a lot of hours spent on just exploring those. Okay, so then there's another question here. Atif is asking, SaaS doesn't change as per user or app. No. So Exchange Online is just installed. SharePoint Online is just installed. Teams Online is just installed. Start using and start paying per month. So that's it. It's just there, and they just charge it as per user per month. And we're gonna create the account now, so you're gonna see that now. And then after asking, is it standard suit? Yeah, so it's we're going to talk about how many types of suites are there. So E1, Enterprise 1, Enterprise 3, and Enterprise 5, and what are the differences. But right now, let's try to understand the scenario, what we're going through. So as I was saying, that 390 users of the on-premises AD or local branch will be synchronized to the cloud. They will not be migrated, they will be synchronized. Anyone can tell me the difference between migration and synchronization? Migration or synchronization. What's the difference between migration and synchronization? So, migration is more of a cutover, Said says. Other says one to another is migration. Okay. Migration will shift, Nazmul says, migration will shift the users from on-prem to cloud. Shift the user. Okay. What does that mean? Move or copy. Okay, I just said the words. Migration means move forever. Okay, Mariam says. Good. Said, synchronization is coexisting. Exactly. Ali says migration move environment, but sync environment still there. So migration and synchronization are different things, right? So Vikas says they will be on-prem and AD both, but you can only manage them on-prem. Oh, okay. Wow, bullseye. But what is it? Vikas, is it migration you're talking about, or is it synchronization you're talking about? So, okay, sync, exactly. So sync is updating both or more with same data, exactly, Atif said. And synchronization mean whenever any changes happen, both sides. Okay, so pretty much, wow. And have the same data. So Sam says migration is one time copy and sync is updating all the time. All right. So Sam, you used the word copy, right? Migration is a copy. Migration is, yeah, I understand what you said, and you're right. But migration is just you move it once, so it's move, right? So move means cut and paste. If you, well, we all do that, cut and paste. It's gone from the local data center and it has permanently moved to the cloud. While synchronization is exactly as you guys said, the user account is here while its copy is up there in the cloud as well. So the 390 users, when they log in locally from their Windows 10 devices, they can log in from the same username password to use the file server, local file server, on-premises file server, print server, web server, SQL server, right? And with the same username password that they use daily, because it will be copied or synchronized to the cloud, so they will be able to log. They don't have to remember another password. The same username password they will use to log into the cloud as well, and then they can use these cloud applications. So end users don't have to remember different passwords there. They will use exactly the same passwords. So exactly, single sign-on. We also call it single sign-on. So this is also called SSO. So guys, the more terminology you use in the interview, the better, the more they will be impressed. So SSO or single sign-on just means that with one username and password, you're connecting to different services. You don't have to connect to a different username password to a second service, another username password for a third service, another username password for a fourth service. You're just going single sign-on. That's what the pilot project is. Well, one part of it, single sign-on. So this means that 390 users can use all the services in the local branch, and those same 390 users with the same credentials they're using every day, username and password, they can connect to the cloud as well. So that's what we are about to create here. Why would they want to connect to cloud? Because there are so many cloud applications that the company has purchased, and pretty much every company has already purchased that, and they need more administrators to handle the security there, to handle the authorization there, and to handle the authentication there, right? So, and then Nosa has mentioned, are you using federation services for this? So that's a very good question. When you are talking about single sign-on, the federation services is one of the first things that comes. Now, we talked about VPN server in the local branch. We talked about Exchange server in the local branch, but yes, there is ADFS, active, either from third party federation services or ADFS, which is Active Directory Federation Services. So AD Federation Services. What this offers single sign-on as well, but it's an overwhelming installation. Normally, you have to have a public certificate for that. What does certificate do? Two things. Certificate offers authentication and encryption. So you have to have a public certificate deployed there, and then you have to properly configure it to connect ADFS to the cloud. So what ADFS do? Because I've mentioned ADFS, let me just quickly explain what it does. The local users use their username password to connect through the ADFS to any web application outside. So local users connect through ADFS securely to any web application outside. That's the main purpose of ADFS, or Active Directory Federation Services. And it offers exactly what you said, single sign-on. The end user cannot remember so many passwords. They must log in from one username password to every service in the company. If you make them remember more and more username password, they're going to be confused. They're going to be coming to you every day. Hey, I forgot my third username password. Oh, I forgot my fifth username password. So that's crazy. That's so smart administrators and the companies, let them do their work, and don't, that hassle is given to the single sign-on applications. Remember one username password and give access to all the services through that, right? So that's Federation Services, guys. So very good questions coming from you, and you guys are very active, so that's very good. Now what we need to do, back to what we were trying to do, the pilot project, and why are we doing that? The first thing is you understand why. If you understand why, then implementing how is really then the second important thing. So the 390 users can use local resources with the same username password. The 390 users, when after they are synchronized, so we're not doing migration, we're about to do synchronization. What will that achieve? So the local users with the same username passwords, their credentials will be copied up in the cloud in Azure Active Directory whenever they want to use cloud applications. So Azure Active Directory will say, whoa, stop here 1 second. Tell me, who are you? Okay, let me check your username. Let me check your password. Oh, yeah, you're good. So you can go. Okay, next, stop. Let me check your username password. So that is the same username password that they use in the local branch. And that's what we need to achieve now. We will be creating our local environment. We're going to just create one server here. We're going to install Active Directory inside that server. We're going to create 390 users. Well, my script, it's not compulsory to create 300 users. You can create 1000 users. Anyway, so we're going to create our local environment and Active Directory and 300 users. Then we're going to connect it to our Office 365 Azure Active Directory, the cloud Active Directory, and we're gonna have a copy of these 390 users here in the cloud, while we already have those users created here. So then we're going to do some testing as well, that how do we handle those users, what do we do with that. So why the users want to go to cloud, we already understand, because the company has purchased these cloud applications. Those users need to use that applications, but before that they have to be authenticated. In order to do that, you have to synchronize their password. You have to tell the Azure Active Directory, hey Azure Directory, these 390 users username passwords are these. Whenever they come, please check them against this database. So Azure Directory checks it and say, okay, you can use this application, you can use that application, you can go ahead and use Exchange Online, you can use SharePoint Online, you can use Teams Online. Okay, so Mariam says, if user changes password on AAD or Azure Active Directory, then it affects the locality. Very good question. That's what we're going to test. If a user, suppose there's a user Brian here, right? User Brian. Now Brian is here in his account is here as well, and his account has been synchronized here as well. So because Brian came from the local Active Directory. So wherever the user is created, that's where you need to go and make changes to his account, right? If user Sarah, suppose there's user Sarah here, right? And user Sarah was created directly in the cloud. User account created in cloud. So because it was created in the cloud, all changes you can do in this user is directly from the cloud. But this user came from local Active Directory, so that's why you cannot make changes to this account in the cloud directly. You have to go back to where it came from, make the changes there. Suppose this user was in sales department and now he has been moved to marketing department. So you go down to local Active Directory, change its department to marketing, and then synchronize that change again. There will be a tool called, anyone can guess what's the tool? Not guess, those who know will tell. It's AADC. That's the magical tool that we're going to be using. What is that? Azure Active Directory Connect. So Azure Active Directory Connect is that magical tool that will create a bridge between the local on-premises AD or local branch to the Azure Active Directory. With the help of, thanks to this AADC or Azure Active Directory Connect, we're going to connect the local user. So when user Brian's information is changed, needs to be changed, it cannot be changed directly in the cloud because the user Brian was synchronized from local Active Directory. You need to go back to local Active Directory, change whatever needs to be changed for that user, and then synchronize again with the help of this tool called Azure Active Directory Connect. So exactly, it's a connector. So and then Nazmul says, are we also enabling MFA when authenticating those 300 users? Yes. So MFA is a purely cloud feature, so we're going to be enabling MFA later as well. This is one of the labs. And yeah, so guys, this is a fine mess now. I mean, like diagram. There are so many components here, and I was answering all the questions. So let me just summarize that, and let's get down to the lab. Yay! Okay. So what are we doing? So first thing is, we will be connecting the local. First thing is we're going to create a local branch environment. That's the first step. So now I'm just going to start typing there. So that's phase 1, and that is create. So create a local branch, right? And what we're going to do inside, install Windows Server 2016 in one virtual machine, right? And then install Active Directory and DNS inside Active Directory and DNS. Then create 390 users, connect this VM to internet. So that's what we need to do in our local branch preparation. Okay, so Ali's saying, am I recording? So yes, the numbers are moving in that. Yes, exactly. So do remind me, guys. See this white hair here, so I do forget. So let me know. So here, connect this VM to internet, and then the second thing is, so once this is done, so we're going to then go for create a new Office 365 Enterprise 5 subscription. Well, it's a free account for 30 days. Hopefully it's 90 days. So we're going to check that. And subscription. Susb. Okay. So it's subscription. And then create a global admin that has all the privileges in the cloud account with all privileges in the Office 365, and then download AADC, Azure Active Directory Connect, which will be the bridging factor, which will connect your local or on-premises AD to Azure AD. So download AADC into the server 01, which is on-premises or local branch, and then we're gonna make the connection. So now make the connection to from. So guys, stick to terminology on-premises AD. So on-premises just means local branch. On-premises AD to Office 365 Azure AD. If you just say I'm connecting the local branch to Azure AD, it could mean that, oh, you have Azure Infrastructure as a Service Active Directory. No, we have to say that Office 365 Azure AD. This is not Azure Infrastructure AD Active Directory. It is Office 365 Azure AD, right? So in case they're not connected with each other, suppose you just have Office 365 Azure AD, so you must mention Office 365 first and then Azure AD. Otherwise, your boss will be confused. Others who are, they have all kind of knowledge there. So you should be very specific in what you say. Now make the connection from on-premises AD to Office 365 AD, and then after that we're going to run some tests there. Then test this environment. Environment. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, and that's called also pilot project phase 1. So Nazmul is saying AADC synchronization is only on-prem to Azure, right? Or Azure to on-prem. Very good question from Nazmul. That if I go back to that mess in diagram, so there is it from one way. Is it from local branch or on-premises AD to Azure AD, or is it two-way that it also synchronized the other way as well? So by default, Nazmul, it is one way, but there is a write back. There's a feature called write back, and that write back feature is an option. It's optional feature. You can click it. By default, it is not clicked. So if you enable write back, then it goes from cloud to local branch. Otherwise, by default, it is from on-premises to cloud. That's the direction. So that's by default. So it's up to you. You want to go for write back or not. But normally, yeah, it's by default. Normally we stick to that. So synchronization is this way. So sync, right. So write back is it's also called sync, right? So default is this. Okay, so guys, we have tried to understand. The main thing is, do you understand what you're doing? And second thing is, repeat this lab again and again and again until you are perfect. So you should spend so much time, so you should be able to confidently talk about this in any interview, right? So we are preparing for interview from now on, and I'll be throwing questions at you. So let's see how smart you are, and I'm sure you guys are all smart and working hard. So I'll be throwing questions in next classes as well. That okay, if you're working hard, why don't you tell me this, and that. And I'll be throwing some quizzes at you as well. Let's see how good are you. So we are preparing for interview, eyes on the prize, and that is 30 per hour and above, right? That's the eyes on the prize. So this means you really need to give your 100%, and some of you will reap the rewards and enjoy the rest of your life with a good job, right? Okay guys, so we have talked about that. Let's go step by step and start our pilot project. And so guys, one message for the lab is, you don't have to really follow the lab with me. It's not compulsory. If you're stuck, then try not to. You can ask me and I can tell you quick solutions. But if you're like stuck in some installation or anything that for a longer time, then we cannot stop the class, because then we cannot cover all the topics, right? So we are a team. We need to move as a team. We need to keep understanding. And if you're stuck with the lab at your side, then just sit back and understand what's going on. And when the video is released, repeat that lab at home, right? And you can ask any questions at home from WhatsApp. Just upload the picture. We'll all help you. And oh, do this. No, do that. Or I will just help you as well. Now, that said, make sure that you installed a free team viewer in your laptop slash desktop, right? So, right, make sure that you installed free team viewer in your laptop desktop. So why is that? Throughout the week, suppose you're stuck with something, and we can just figure out a time, and then I can remotely connect to your machine, and I can troubleshoot it for you. I'm sure that majority of you are, actually all of you are technical, so you can troubleshoot yourself, but I'm here to help, and we are all here to help each other. So we're a team. We're going to help each other. We're going to take everyone ahead, and we're going to understand, and we're going to do the exam together as well. Okay, not together literally, like you should be separate sitting. Just kidding. So okay, now let's go ahead. Now create a local branch. We need to consider on that. What do we do for that? So obviously, first thing is open the VMware Workstation, which I asked you to install, VMware Workstation. And then inside VMware Workstation, I also asked you to arrange an ISO file, which is just one file that has all the installation files of the operating system. So ISO file should be there. So I'm going to go towards that. Those who are following, you can just follow me, or it's better to understand and ask questions than actually following me if you have a bit more difficult time to do the lab while concentrating on understanding what's going on. So understand is the first thing. If you don't understand and do the lab only, then it's all time wasted here. Good luck with the interview. So first understand. If there's a problem with the lab, sit back and try to understand and do the lab after the video is released. So we will try to have then smooth class, but I'm here to help, right? Okay guys, so I'm gonna open this VMware Workstation here. Those who have installed VMware Workstation, I hope you haven't installed the player version. You have installed the pro version, professional version. So I've just opened VMware Workstation. You can see all the machines here. You can create as many networks, but the main thing is, if you're in the field of IT, better go for a good hardware, and or plan it at least that you should have at least 16 to 32 GB RAM, and i7 quad core processor or i5, and SSD drive, not HDD. SSD is much faster, right? But if you have any configuration, if you have internet, you can install VMware Workstation and one machine. That's good enough for us for this lab. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just close and clear up this environment, and what we're going to do is we're going to install that operating system. So this is VMware Workstation, where we can install virtual machines, and you can see the home button, and then you can see this create a new virtual machine. You can also, if you have any issues and if you're fast, you can take a screenshot and put it on WhatsApp. Hey, I'm having this issue, what to do with that? Then I can quickly tell you what to do, or you can wait, and even at the end of the class or tomorrow, we can just have time, and then I can remotely connect to your machine and solve that too. But try to understand now. That's more important, because if you understand, your interview will be smooth. If you don't understand, good luck. So okay, I'm gonna click that create a new virtual machine. Click create that new virtual machine here, right? So once you click that, there's that 15.5. Maybe you have 14, maybe you have 13. It's okay, doesn't matter. So, and typical recommended is okay. Let's click next. And then it is asking for installer disk image file ISO, right? So we just need to click browse and give the path of Windows Server 2016, 2012, 2019. If you have already installed, just wait for me. Those who are installing, hopefully you should know that. Then if you click browse, then give the path of ISO. If you don't unable to find ISO, then yeah, wait. I can quickly help, but then sit back and kind of try to understand what's going on and ask questions. Once you understand clearly, when you repeat the lab, when you see the video again, it will be much more clearer, right? So I'm going to go for my D drive. Maybe it's in your C drive, the ISO. Wherever you put that, just go for that. So it's the ISO is 2016, 2012, doesn't really matter. So there's that 2016 I have. Okay, I'll put that 2016. It, for some it might not show that it has detected 2016. For me it is showing it has detected 2016, right? So that's good, and click next, right? And click next. So then for some, according to the versions, maybe this will come that, hey, put your key. We don't have a key, we're installing a trial version, right? So if so we're not going to give a key, first thing. Second thing is, we're going to be installing Windows Server 2016 Data Center. So maybe you don't see that, so you can wait for the next screen, and I'll just go ahead. I'm not putting a key, so I'm just going to click next here. And it's asking, oh, are you sure you don't want to put the key? I say, yeah, whatever. So press yes. Now the next screen comes and it says virtual machine name. So I can just put that name here, your first name, and dash today's date. So it's the course name, Office 365. And today's date is 07May 2020. So, and then also, which province you're in, and what's the name of your neighbor, and also just kidding. Okay. So just this, and what's Windows Server 2016, your first name, Office 507 May 2020. Now location, in my case, I have in my laptop 2 drives, so I'll just check which one is filled up and which one is. So it's just PC, and 27 GB left for C. I'll go for D. In my case it's D, in your case C is okay. And so C, I'll just change this C to D. You don't have to do that. You have maybe 1 drive, so C is okay. Okay, so we just gave a name, meaningful name to the machine, and then C is okay, and then click next. And then click next. Okay, so here the drive, it's just saying that, hey, you're about to create a virtual machine, and you're about to create a virtual disk of that virtual machine. So I'm giving here 200 GB as the space of the virtual disk that will be created in the virtual machine, right? So this is also, we can, it is possible because it's not gonna occupy all the space in your machine, because it is called thin provision. So what is thin provisioning? Thin provisioning means that it will not occupy provisioning. Okay, I'm writing with the mouse, there's no pen here. So thin provisioning here just means that it will not occupy all the space, physical space on your physical disk. It will only occupy whatever software you're installing inside. So what are we installing inside? Windows 2016, right? Win 2016. So how much space does this take? I think 10 GB, more or less, right? 10 GB space. So although we have given 200 as our disk size, virtual machines virtual disk size, but the software we're installing is Windows Store 2016 inside, so it's going to take, and it's going to take 10 GB. So overall this virtual machine will take only 10 GB on your physical disk. That is called thin provision. There is another thing called thick provisioning, right? And that thick provisioning actually does what we are fearful, that if I put 200 here, it will occupy and that much space on your physical disk. So thick provisioning is not what we are doing right now here. It is by default, Vmware Workstation does thin provisioning by default. So we can put here 1 terabyte, 10 terabytes, and it's going to only occupy whatever software you have installed here. So it saves your space. That's basically what we're talking about, right? So I'm going to print screen that, and I'll put it in. So whatever I'm putting in OneNote here, I'll be putting it in MS Word document. I'll be copying all that in MS Word with these pictures, and then I'm going to upload it in this LMS, Learning Management System, LMS, Learning Management System. So here we're talking about pilot project, then concept introduction, we talked about that. So I'm going to upload the that drawing there, and I'm at the end of this, I'll be adding a video section, and you will see today's video here, right? And it's preparing Office 365 Azure Active Directory, connecting local branch to Office 365, wherever we reach today. So the video will be uploaded there, and some documentation. So you just keep an eye on this AOS or LMS there, and just check that what material I've uploaded after the class, right? Okay, and repeat. Repetition is the gold. You repeat it, your confidence increases, you'll perform good in interview, you get the job, right? So Okay, I'm just gonna go back here, and I've put the picture here, and we were in the middle of installation. So 200, you can put the space here, it's okay. There's no, you can just put 300, you can put 100, it doesn't matter. So store virtual disk as a single file. This just means, okay, so viewer says a thick provision virtual disk consumes also, oh, there you go. And then provision virtual disk consumes only the space that it needs. Viewer, you can also change from private to everyone. But yes, so viewer gave the perfect definitions of that. Alright guys, so here is 200 GB and single file. Single file just means that suppose this one disk, so 200 GB when you give the size, so it will increase. Suppose you keep on putting more software and more software and more software. So about after Windows 2016, then you put Office. Suppose you put Office, then you put some other application like AutoCAD. AutoCAD is a big application, right? So suppose it took so much size of the disk that it reached 120 GB size later, right? When you put more software, obviously it's going to increase the size, right? So what happens is, if it's a single file, so it will be just one virtual disk file that will increase to such big size, right? But if you go for multiple file size, so it's going to create 4 GB chunks of file. 4 GB, one file, when it is full, then it's going to create another file that is 4 GB, right? So it's going to divide this whole size into separate 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB files. Why? What's the logic for that? Suppose later you get a bigger desktop, bigger, better laptop, and you want to transfer this machine there. So copying of one big heavy file of 120 GB size over the network might not be successful, while copying smaller files over the network from one machine to another machine will be more easier. So if you want to copy this machine later from this physical machine to another, you can go for multiple file size, or you want to keep it one big file size, so that's also okay. So but if we understand what it is, then it's okay, we can go ahead, right? So I'm gonna go for print screen here, and I'll put that diagram here so you could understand. So we're gonna go for now, we're gonna go ahead now. Okay, so if you understand, so we can just keep it multiple files, but also normally I go for a single file. Why? Because if we had to troubleshoot this folder, suppose we need to go to a virtual machine folder, so sometimes it's it's messy to have so many 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB files. I'm going for single file, but if we understand what's going on, you can still stick to multiple files. It's okay. The main thing is, did you understand what it does, right? And you can repeat the video and then understand it again and make your notes for the interview. Okay, so I'm gonna go for single file, but and then click next. So yeah, one more thing is, you missed the last steps. Last steps are that I click that single file, and I put that 200 GB viewer, and oh last, oh laster than that, even laster than this one. So I put here just the name, which is Windows Server 2016, your first name, Office 365, 07May 2020. Or even laster than this, ISO. Viewer is in some other planet right now. Which planet are you living right now? We already gone through that. Okay, so here it's ISO, and we went to browse, and then we gave the path of that. If we go to browse, then wherever your Windows 2016 ISO, just double click that, right? And then just next, and so no password here, and next, then we just go for Windows 2016 viewer, Windows 2016. So 2012 or 2016, whichever, any 20, right? But not 2008. Okay, so 2012, 2016, whichever. And then next, just put a name here, 2016, and your first name. Okay, and then it's 200 GB size we have given, and single file. So okay, cool. So then we go to next, and there's a customized hardware here, right? So now guys, one more thing here, there's an Einstein formula here that we're going to remember, and we're going to strictly follow that Einstein formula. Those who have attended my other classes know that Einstein formula here. It's E is equal to mc squared. The the nukes. No, it's not that. Einstein formula means I know click, you know click. That's it. That's Einstein formula. Okay, that's not Einstein formula. It's my formula. I know click, you know click. It's so simple. I know click, you know click, right? So suppose you think, oh, I'm sure that he's gonna do this. I'm sure now he's gonna click finish. No, I'm not clicking finish. I'm going for customized hardware. So if you miss that, good luck. Create the machine again, or sit back, enjoy the show, and repeat the lab after the video is released, right? So from the yes, that's the joke from other classes, exactly. So customize hardware, we're gonna go customize. I customize a lot because we need to understand why we're choosing this feature, why not we're choosing this feature, and why not that feature. So we customize a lot. So if I don't click, don't go ahead and don't assume anything. You know what assume means? Making an ass out of you and me. So that means assume just means that you just assume something and you went for and you did some click and it caused a disaster. So as sorry. Okay. So assume. So now I'm just gonna go to customize. Now guys, according to your RAM, change your RAM. If your total RAM is 8 GB, go for 4 GB. If your total RAM is 16 GB, go for 8 GB. So if it's 8 GB, go for 4 GB. If it's 16 GB, go for 8 GB. If it's 24 GB or 32 GB, then still go for 8 GB. Okay, or more, you can go for 16 GB as well. So I'm gonna change that. There's a 2 GB here, there's a 4 GB here, there's a 8 GB. I'm just gonna click 8 GB here, although I have 32 GB RAM. So, but I also got it after some time. So, go for a better laptop or desktop whenever you can, right? And if you need contact information, I can give you contact information, and those guys can give you a very good laptop or desktop in a very less price. Okay, anyway, 8 GB RAM. According to, if you have total 8 GB RAM, do not click 8 GB here. You need to let your machine breathe as well. Don't give all the RAM to your this virtual machine, right? Second thing is the processor. It is already, in my case, it is 2. Maybe you're also seeing 2, so that's okay. 2 processors okay. That's it, right? 2 processors okay. So Israruddin, when you click, then we will click yes sir. Oh, okay, yeah, I just saw that. So yeah, there's improvements. So here, processor 2, and so 8 GB RAM, processor 2, and yes, network adapter. What is this option? So if you click network adapter, it is on NAT. NAT is network address translation. What does it do? Anyone? Well, that's basic question, right? So NAT provides internet connection to the virtual machine. NAT provides internet connection to the virtual machine. We need that now, but what about the other choices? When we understand, we are more knowledgeable, we're better with our environment. So what happens here? If you click bridge, my ISO can be detected. Okay, then put a team viewer there, and I will be connecting in the break or after the class. So, but try to just, no, if it's not detected, still click next, viewer. So, okay, here, if you click bridge, this machine will be exposed to your physical network. What is a physical network? Physical network is your home network. At your home, you have a DSL router, right? So, all machines in your home get IP information from that DSL router. So, if you click bridge, any other, suppose somebody's sitting in another room, and he or she can ping your machine, virtual machine, right? So bridge means you're exposed to a physical network of your home. It is as if you have another physical desktop or laptop, right? So do not click bridge here, but if you can at home, it doesn't matter really. So the NAT provides internet connection. That's what we actually need. It just, network address translation provides internet from public IP to private IP. Then host only. Host only is that this virtual machine can only talk to the host only. Who's the host anyway? What is the host? Host is your Windows 10 on which you're working right now, or Windows 7 on which you're working right now. So this machine only talks to the host, but it is not connected to internet if you choose that. Custom. Now that's where all the other options are. So okay, I have to remove this. And custom, if I click custom here, so if you drop down, you will see a lot of VMnet written there. So these VMnets are VLANs. What are VLANs? So the example for that is that if you have one VMnet, so VMnet 1 and VMnet 2 and VMnet 3. If you have two virtual machines here, and these two virtual machines are connected to VMnet 1, so they can talk to each other. If there is a virtual machine in VMnet 2 and if there's a virtual machine in VMnet 3, so then what will happen is that these machines of VMnet 1 cannot talk to VMnet 2 or VMnet 3. So if the VMnet is different, then the virtual machines cannot talk to each other. If the VMnet is same, the virtual machines can talk to each other, right? So it's like VLAN or virtual LAN. I'm not recording. Well, yes, I'm recording. Yeah, it pauses the screen whenever I use this marker here. I use this marker to do this, right? So much fun. See this? Cool. Okay, yeah, let me just go ahead. Yeah, so here, when I do that, so it pauses, so that's why it looks like it's paused, but it's actually recording. So yeah, it stops when I do this. So see this? I'm doing that again. Or let me do that. Let's have fun here. See this? I'm gonna open my mouth now and I'm gonna pause there. So I'm talking right now, but you can see that I'm paused. Whoa, what am I doing? Seriously. Okay, so yeah, that's just something I wanted to show here. So don't worry about if I am paused there. Is because of this marker. It just freezes the screen because I need to type here, right? So that's why it freezes the screen for me. Okay, so VMnet here. If the machine is connected to VMnet 10 and one machine is connected to VMnet 11, so VMnet 11 machine cannot talk to VMnet 10, so they both have to be on same VMnet. That's the point here. You just need to understand that, right? Okay, so if we understand what is VMnet, we're gonna go back to this guy, NAT. Why? Because this virtual machine needs an internet connection, and that internet connection will connect us to Office 365, obviously. So we need that internet connection, right? So yeah, that was a good one, right? Okay, so now let's go for that NAT. So I hope everyone has done that. 8 GB, 2 processors, NAT. 8 GB, 2 processors, NAT. If you have one processor, it's okay. If you have 4 GB, it's okay. But NAT, you must have NAT there, right? So if that is okay, let's click close and start. Power on the machine, yay! Okay, let's go for close. So let's click finish. So guys, it has to be fun, so that's why jokes have to be there, right? Samosa, pakoda should be there. Samosas, those who don't know samosas, it's a triangular thingy with potatoes inside and veggies inside, and so tasty. Okay, anyway, so what we're talking about is that it's just installation is going on. Now some of you might get an error. I hope not, but okay. So yeah, hey, Kostatin, samosa, right? Okay, cool. So and virtual samosas are always welcome. You can just put virtual pictures of samosas. Virtual picture. What kind of word is that? Virtual picture. Picture is a virtual word. Okay. So anyway, from Taj Mahal. Oh man, what have you reminded me? So there's a Taj Mahal sweet shop here beside. So Israr here actually introduced that, and I'm always thankful to him for that. So I went a lot, and then I marketed it, and all my neighbors are taking that. So now I hope they are giving sterilized samosas there. They spray for every samosas. They take out the samosa and spray with that detergent, and then they give to me. And then I'm like, do you want me to eat that, or shall I put it on decoration? I'm just kidding. They don't do that. Okay. So are you guys here? But those are the tastiest samosas of all times. Whoa. Why are you telling me that? It's 1 hour left. Okay, so guys, if it is installing, so maybe you're behind in installation, maybe you're ahead. So our next step, so it's installing right now. So so yeah, Wakal is saying, hey, we are already hungry, so can you stop talking about samosas here? Oof. Okay. So oh, so I'm having minced chicken crescent rolls. Oh my god, seriously. Okay, it was not me saying samosas, it was the viewer. Okay. So bro, come on, we still have an hour. Yeah. So you're all welcome. Serious. Okay. Okay, come out of it. Come on, come on, come back. So it is installing, but what are the next steps? So I'll just go for that. So here, okay, so Mariam and also has that error, and Atif also has that error. Guys, it's a WhatsApp I'm looking at, so I'll be putting that error in front of you now. It's on the screen now. So this error is showing Windows cannot find the Microsoft software license terms. Make sure the installation sources are valid and restart the installation. So I can give this. Yeah, I'll be adding you all to the WhatsApp as well. It's just that it's day 2. So guys, if you're getting this error, let me just quickly give you a troubleshooting for that, and you can just follow me now. So I'll go for this. Those who are getting this error, so Atif is getting this error, and I had the same issue, so I installed 2012. Okay, Kostarin, wow, you're cool, man. So you already did that, so that's very good. But guys who are getting this error, right? So you need to do this. First of all, shut down your machine. You don't need this machine anymore now. You don't need this machine because it gave you an error. So those, please start following me. Please, those who got this error, because I want to record the troubleshooting of that. If you are doing that again, suppose at home, you might get this error. In that case, so what is the troubleshooting? Go to home button again, forget that machine, or right click that machine, and for those who got there, only for those I'm telling power off. Those who did not get there, don't power off this machine. So if you got this error, go to home, create a new virtual machine. Now guys, hopefully you're following me. So Avas also got this error. So Avas, Atif and Mariam, please follow me now. So forget that other machine, and go to home button again and click create new machine. I hope you guys are following me now. So, and guys, this troubleshooting you all need to see, because this is a workaround for 2016 that happens. That's why I was going for 2012 actually. That because of this error. Thank God I didn't get it. Oh, ISO problem. So I'm gonna give you the download link for the ISO viewer, but viewer, you can go for Microsoft.com website and just download a 2016 from there ISO, right? But I'll give you if you don't have it. So typical is those who are getting that error. I hope you're following me. So typical, and then next, and then there is, do not give this ISO link here. Just put I will install the operating system later. Just follow me now for those who are getting the error, right? Yes, yeah, it is 2016. Atif, it's okay. So this error comes in 2016. I'm also installing 2016, but my ISO is different. So just follow this one. I will install operating system later. Don't give or ISO now, right? And then click next. I hope you're following. And then yes, it is Windows 2016 and Microsoft Windows. So just click next. If you see that password, just click next. Don't give a password. Oh, key. If you get this key. And now you can just put your name. That's okay. It's your home computer. It's not your public machine. You don't have to put all other things. You put your name and Office 365 again, but don't put all the same things. And then click next. Right? Hopefully you're following me. And then just put 200 again. Keep this multiple files. Doesn't matter. Or single file, doesn't matter. So click next. So remember that we did not give an ISO now. So this is troubleshooting or workaround for anyone who gets this error, and you might all get this error at certain other stage. So customize hardware quickly. The same way we did. Go for 8 GB if you went for 8 GB or 4 GB. 2 processors okay, NAT is okay, right? If you have given all this RAM and processor and NAT, so I hope you have given it. If not, let me know so I could wait for you. Otherwise, if you have given that already, then click close, right? So now there are two different things you need to do, and that's why I'm recording this, so anyone else who get that error in future can see this. So once you have done that, let's click finish. Right now, remember, there is no ISO there, right? So once it finishes, suppose it powers on for you, then there will be no operating system. Suppose it powers on for you now, right click and power off. Power off, right? Mine is power off already. If yours is powered off, it's okay. So first step, change the UEFI to BIOS. That's the first step. So if it is powered off now, right click here and go to settings. If it is powered off now, right click here and go to settings, right? Hopefully you're following. So then, do you see options? Yes. Okay, thank you for the reply. Options here. And then we go down to this advanced. Do you see advanced? Yes. Okay, thank you for that reply as well. And default. So there's UEFI here, and I'm gonna go for BIOS, right? Change this UEFI to BIOS. UEFI is the advanced version of BIOS. We don't need that. So put it BIOS. I hope that is done. So it's options, and it is advanced and BIOS. That's the first thing. And press O and K, right? Press O and K. Second thing is, then right click again, and this time power on. Remember, there is no ISO there. So now power on. Once you change the UEFI to BIOS, then power on. If any message comes, just click no. So there is no ISO now, right? So it's just looking. There's no ISO. Now is the time to give ISO. Mine is boot with EFI instead of BIOS option. Viewer, so change it to boot with BIOS.
Sorry, Amir.
Yeah.
Once I turn this on back, it says cannot connect the virtual device.
No to that.
You want to connect it.
Oh, Mariam,
No to
click no to that. Yeah, you were saying? Oh, the same thing that Mariam put on WhatsApp. You also are saying, Atif, I guess. So just click no to that. Click no to that. It's okay. It's a harmless message. It doesn't do anything. And yes, this what Mariam did on WhatsApp. She just put that error right away. So at once I said, okay, click no to that, right? So it's if possible, you can do that. Then put a picture there of the error right away, and I can just tell you, okay, do this. You're good. So the second thing, once there's no operating system there, what do? Now we give the operating system and restart. That's all we need to do, and it's gonna be fine after that. You see this? Fingers crossed. So it's gonna be fine. No, it's gonna be fine. I'm just kidding. So, okay. So there are pictures coming. So go to options, advanced, and yes, put BIOS. Oh, you just have UEFI. Ouch. Then I have to. Then go for UEFI and follow these steps, right? But you don't have an ISO, right? So okay, I'm talking to viewer. So hey guys, here, now right click here and then go to settings. Yeah, EFI is there. It's okay. Oh, okay. So right click here and settings, and now give the operating system. So how do you do that? When you go to settings, you can go CD DVD here. There's a CD DVD, and make sure that you connect the two. So right click, settings, CD DVD. Make sure you connect the two. Shift, click, and then now just give that ISO again. That's it. Press OK, start. So CD DVD, connect both options, and then go for ISO. So browse and just go where your ISO is, and then just give that ISO, and you should be fine. Then power on and install, right? So it will be the 4th version data center. Anyone who is in the installation and wants to ask a question, let me know. Just put it on WhatsApp and I'll answer you. But don't go way ahead of me, right? So just wait there where the installation is finished, right? We're going slow in first few classes. Then you're gonna see that we're going to speed up a little, because everyone should then pick up that speed. Right now the format is new for some of us. So it's like, oh, we have to do that too. Oh, we have to follow him. Oh, okay. So, oh, he is doing jokes. Oh, no, that has nothing to do with speed. Okay, so here, that's it. If you give ISO, then press OK and restart the machine. That's it. So suppose I have given ISO because okay, I'll just give an ISO, and I'll start the machine after that. Restart the machine because you already started, right? So just restart the machine. So if I give ISO, I'll press OK here, and this machine is there, right? Go up there, right click, power, and there is a restart guest, right? Right click, power, and restart guest. That's what you need to do. Power off, power on. Exactly. Mariam, power on, power on, power off, power on, or restart. Anyone, whatever you want. So restart the guest is here, and restart the guest. After that, it should just go ahead. Very welcome. Okay, so restart the guest, and you should be good now. So I don't need this machine. I just showed you what to do, and I'm gonna power off this machine. And whenever, if you want to delete in future the machine, there's a this way. Right click, go to manage, and if you want to delete, you have to power off the machine, manage and delete from disk. Right? This is the way to delete a machine. It will delete from disk. And yes, so I don't need that machine. Now my other machine, it's actually there now. And hopefully now some of you are starting to install, and some are actually there already. So we should all be on the same page. So the thing is that we're going to go a bit slow, but I'll be explaining other things as well. Now on this machine, we need to install on this machine we need to install Vmware tools. On this machine we need to install Vmware tools, right? So what am I talking about? What is Vmware tools? Vmware tools make this machine user friendly, right? Vmware tools make this machine user friendly. So and it just increases that font size, and everything is okay. If you make the size bigger of this machine, it just expands the screen as well. So Vmware tools, and if you want to copy something inside the machine, it also helps you copy. So Vmware tools are must. So how many have already installed? Can you put on the chat done, or yes done, or how many have already installed the operating system? Can you put it on the chat? Done. So Sam says done, Vikas done, Leo done, Konstantin done, Israr done, Jane done, Nazmol done. So Amas, go for the last one. Data center. Last one, data center. GUI data center or desktop experience data center. So Nazmul says done, Nosa is done, Fahad is done. Whoa, that's a lot of done, right? So, and viewer is done. Okay, cool, good. So, yeah. So, guys, whichever screen you're on, you can just put it on WhatsApp, and I can give you right away the solution for that. That's the quickest way there. And yeah, viewer is here, done. So, and then OS is asking this, so go for custom OS. Others can see this screen on WhatsApp. Those who are also at this stage, you can see the screen and what I'm telling. So click custom OS, and for the above screen, it was the last fourth one, which is data center desktop experience. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so 7:46. So guys, those who are done, we need to install VMware tools and restart the machine. Those who are done, we need to install VMware tools and restart the machine. And those who are installing now, so Mariam, Abbas, Atif, it is custom. Atif, it is custom. So click custom, and then it's pretty much next. Okay, Abbas is on the way. Good, very good, Abbas. And where's the 10-minute break we had last class? So we're gonna have 30-minute break actually. 35-minute break. At today, what, 8:28, I guess. So okay, I'm just looking at my youngest kid here. So okay. Okay. So yeah, kids. Kids don't care. There's a class going on. Okay. So yeah, guys. Where to go? You're all installing. It is a bit slow for some. For majority, you have done it. But we're a team. We need to, give a little time to others as well to join us, because it's still the first time we're doing together the lab. So for some it is kind of difficult, but then we're gonna pick up speed. We're gonna pick up pace because we understand the format. So when we start going for Office 365 area, and you're gonna see the labs are being done faster. But we're not leaving any option unchecked, so we'll be going for every option. So that's a lot of labs coming your way. Okay. Uh, Install tools. Yeah, Atif, this is we can ignore because right now installation is going on. So Atif has put a WhatsApp picture. So yeah, we don't need to. So ignore that. You don't have to do anything. It's just you can carry on installing. Wow, Bitcoin is back at 10K. Are you kidding me? Wow. I don't know why I purchased Dogecoins. I mean, it's 35,000 Dogecoin. Whenever it becomes $1. Whoa. Okay. Me and my big mouth. Okay, so let's Avast installed already. Wow, that was fast. So okay, and Atif, yeah, just make sure that it is installing. That's all, and you're going good. And I think Miriam is also done. So, hey guys, we need to install the VMware tools and. Oh, Mariam. So you got an error for the storage. Okay, I'm just showing that error in the storage. The computer started using Windows installation media. Remove the installation media and restart. I think it's ISO, I guess. Right. So I'll be sharing the ISO with you, and I guess you need to install that. Maybe you can then install or you can click close, but then I think it's reinstalling, right? So it's kind of, yeah, the ISO issue, or this ISO is not really working with your hardware, laptop hardware. But didn't you install in Humber class? Whatever ISO you use there, just use that. In fact, if you have that Humber class Windows 2012 or Windows 2016 installed, just go to that and start this and join us. Yeah, you're good. There you go. So yeah, and that is installed, right? It is 2012 domain controller. Just connect it to internet and you're already ahead of us. So okay, alright guys, now I think so Avaz is done, and Atif, you're done. So hopefully it is installed there. So what we can do is just right click here, and there's a install VMware tools here, guys. So those who are done, you can right click on top of that and click this install VMware tools. So I hope you have done. So many of you know how to install VMware tools, and if you have done that, go ahead and restart. But those who are following, just right click here and click install VMware tools. If you have clicked that install VMware tools, then the thing is that you need to go to this yellow folder. If you have clicked the install VMware tools, click the yellow folder. Okay, so yeah, Avaz, give a password here. So guys, if you are familiar with, some of you are familiar with my previous classes, so we give a class password here, and wherever now we're gonna use the password, we're gonna use this password: small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 2 3, and without shift 1 2 3. So give this password: small ABC, capital ABC, then keep pressing shift, and 1 2 3 gives you exclamation add and pound sign, and without shift 1 2 3. So give this password wherever you put the password now, right? 25%. So whenever you're done, Atif, let me know. I try to understand what's going on, and those who are using the password, you can use your own password, but the main thing is don't forget your password. Otherwise, you'll be locked out, obviously. So otherwise, go for either this password, and because I used it in so many colleges with so many students, that Microsoft has banned this password. Microsoft says that, hey, we have seen this password too many times, so they don't let me now use that password. So see what we did. Actually, Microsoft is the whole foundation of Microsoft, $1 trillion company has shaken. Oh, it's not shaken. It's just a password. Okay. So small XYZ, capital XYZ. In that case, the second password would be this, right? So you get the pattern there, right? So Asad is 68%. Okay. So so Asad and Atif, when you reach there, let me know, because like 90%, 95% of the class is there already. But I'm gonna take you through the steps. Whenever you reach there, I'm gonna take you through the steps. Okay, so either use the above password or below password. It's up to you. But I'm gonna use this password for my machine. So, okay, guys, small ABC capital shift 123. But we're gonna install VMware tool. So, Asad, you can also see what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna right click here and install VMware tools. And Atif, you can also see there. When you reach there, you can remember. Otherwise, just ask me and I'll show you what to do. So install, and so install VMware tools. Then you go down to the yellow folder, and there's this PC. The yellow folder is the file explorer, right? When you go to this PC, so your DVD drive, it's not, doesn't show me because it's already installed there. But your DVD drive should show VMware tools. So double click that, and once you double click the DVD, after clicking, right clicking here, installing, clicking install VMware tools, then go to the DVD drive of this virtual machine, double click that, then it will open up after a few minutes, a few seconds, then next install. So it's a very small tool that you just need to go for defaults and next install. You can just put a screenshot there. I can tell you what to do there, right? Okay, so after installation, it's gonna ask you to restart. So you must restart after VMware tools, guys. You must restart after VMware tools. Okay, so Avas is there inside the Windows. So Avas, go for this. Right click here, and on the top of the machine, right click here, and then install. Right? Right here and install. And then go down to the virtual DVD and double click that, and next install and restart. So that's what there. This is the end of the VMware tools. So I'm just gonna press yes, and it's gonna restart. But I'm just holding there. So you guys, those who see that already, go ahead and press yes and restart. So guys, just bear with us. There are who are doing it maybe for the first time, and then there are machines there. So, but we're gonna pick up pace after one or two or three classes, and then it's gonna be a bit faster. Then it depends on our internet speed, and you can also just try to do that after when you see the video. Okay, so guys, here, if you've done that, I'm just gonna press yes here to restart VMware tools, and it's restarting now. When it comes back, then we're going to give static IP, rename the machine, and it's already connected to internet, right? So static IP and rename the machine. It's already connected to internet. Static IP, rename the machine. It's already connected to internet. So what is the static IP that we're going to give? I'm just going to create that full diagram now. And so there, the machine is this. So it will be, machine name will be server 01, and its static IP will be, yeah, so static IP will be 192.168.200.1, and the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0, and the gateway, so I'm just gonna put here IP. I'm gonna take you there. I'm gonna show you everything, but right now I'm just, so subnet mask is SM, and then there is gateway GW, which is well, we don't need actually the gateway. Okay, anyway, so leave it empty, just blank, no gateway, right? And then we go for PD, preferred DNS. So preferred DNS is the same. So Active Directory when you install and DNS when you install, they require their own DNS IP, and they want to resolve do the name resolution from their own IP. So this is the configuration IP configuration of server 1, and VMware tools must be installed and restarted. VMware tools, install and then restart VM. Also, make sure it, so after this, we will copy a script named, it's the 390 user script. So it will, a script that I will give you, that will create 390 users, right, in Active Directory. And also we need to make sure that this VM must have internet. So just open browser and check that. And how will it have internet? If we have given static IP, it cannot have internet. So we will add a second NIC on NAT, and so that's it. We will add a second NIC on the NAT, and that will have internet connection. So I'm going to show you all that step by step. But this is the configuration of the operating system here. So VMware tools, install restart VM server 1. This is the name of the machine. Give the name restart. Give this static IP for the first NIC, and obviously this is the first NIC, network interface card, network card. This is the first NIC or network interface card or network card. So this is the configuration that we're going to be doing. You can take a picture of that and you can just configure it until this, but make sure that you configured each and everything correctly. Otherwise, wait for me when I show that, right? So, okay, Atif says, hooray, 50% done. Ouch. Okay, so Avaz Shah is restarting. Good. Wakas, is it okay if I'm using my internal network IP? Yeah, it's okay. Any IP you want to put, it's okay. It doesn't have to be this IP. It's just that IP configuration has to be correct. Make sure that the DNS or preferred DNS IP is the same IP that you've given to the machine, right? So this is the first NIC, and the second NIC obviously will be here, second NIC, right? Setting network interface card. So initially, guys, don't those who are doing it for the first time, don't worry, because there's a video, and just repeat the lab. It's your determination that's gonna get you all the knowledge, no fear, and also you can't go back. Be determined to learn that, even if you had to repeat it 3 or 4 times from scratch. But learn it, and you're going to really reap the rewards later. Right now, be tough, be determined. Okay. Okay, cool. So you'll be changing the DNS. Okay, guys. So this is, just take a picture of that, because if I'll just go away from the screen so you can take a picture of that as well, and you can just follow this if you know what to do. Exactly, if you know what to do. Otherwise, wait for me. So, okay, guys. VMware tools may be installed, right? So I'm just gonna go there, and it has restarted for me after VMware tools is done. So let's go for local server. Let's go to this local server, right? Let's go for this local server. Okay, after installing tools and restarting. Okay, so is still restarting, or it's restarted? I think it is restarted, right? Or restarting. Is it ting or tid? So, now we're gonna go to local server, tid. Okay, that's good. So you're there. Then go to local server in server manager here, which is already showing in your screen, Avas, and no problem. Okay, so here, so go to local server and then go to the IP address. See this, the IP address, Ethernet 0. Let's click the Ethernet 0. So local server, Ethernet 0. When we go to Ethernet 0, double click the Ethernet 0. Oh, okay. So then click properties and uncheck. So if you're in Ethernet 0 and you click properties and you are here, so uncheck V6 out of bad habit. Otherwise, if it is checked, it doesn't matter. and double click V4. Internet Protocol version 4. Double click that. So uncheck only Internet Protocol version 6 and double click Internet Protocol version 4. So then you see this, that you can give your own IP address here, right? So I'll just go for, according to the diagram, 192.168.200.1. If you want me to repeat that, let me know. If you want me to stay there, let me know. So press tab on the keyboard and it will give you the subnet mask uh, and default gateway. Default gateway 820.
825.
Go.
20.
Go. 825. So and then default gateway nothing. So my youngest kid is really, you know, I tell him that he should act like an 8-year-old. Don't act like an 8-year-old. But he's 8-year-old. Okay. So preferred DNS 192.168.200.1. So here it's going to be so make sure that this IP is given. No gateway, we don't need gateway. It needs to have a same IP in preferred DNS because we plan to install DNS in this machine. So it's going to resolve name, it's going to do name resolution from this machine itself. And if you have given this IP, you can take a picture of that as well, because if I go away and you're still writing it, you can just put that there. So I'm just going to press OK here now after putting that IP. And how did I go there? Ethernet 0, and then properties, and then I double click V4, Internet Protocol version 4 here, and then I've given this IP. I'm going to press OK now, right? So also if you're fallen behind, just wait for the video to be released and then repeat the lab before the next class, right? So press OK here and press OK and close and close. And so the static IP has been given here. It's not showing, so I'm just going to refresh here, and then we're going to go for, that's the first thing. So IP has been given, it's showing here now, right? When you refresh this, it shows. Then second thing is we can click public here and turn off all the firewalls. We can click public here and turn off all the firewalls for our training environment. So it's public here, Windows Firewall. And then once you click that, so there's turn Windows Firewall on or off. Don't worry, it's getting recorded, so you will get each and every step as is, and you can repeat it later, but now try to understand those who are falling behind, right? So turn Windows Firewall on or off, and then there is turn off and turn off. So we're just turning off the firewalls. Press OK on the operating system level. So turn Windows Firewall on or off and turn off, turn off. So that's the second thing. I'm going to close that, but if you want me to repeat that, let me know. And then we're going for computer name here. So that's the computer name here, right? And then we need to click that computer name, and we need to click the change button. We need to click the computer name here and click the change button and simply name it server 01. Server 01. Why I need to turn off Windows Firewall? So Nazmul is asking, Nazmul, it's in production environment we do not do that, but in some companies they have a policy to turn off operating system based firewall. In Scotiabank we had 2200 servers, so the policy was to turn off operating system based firewalls because we had other security features, end-to-end McAfee encryption, and then perimeter firewalls there. But here it's we, you know, sometimes when we do add exceptions, some ports and protocol to the exception, sometimes it just blocks them as well. So it's not very reliable. Sometimes it does what it's not supposed to do. So we just concentrate on learning right now, so that's why we're turning off firewall. Otherwise, production environment, do not do that. Suppose you're in an interview and they say that, hey, what are you going to do with the security? So don't say to that interview that since my teacher tell me to turn off the firewall, I will turn off all your firewall. Thank you very much. Okay, so don't do that, right? So we follow the company compliance policies, right? So we follow the company compliance policies. Okay, so here server 1 if you've given the name here, just press OK and restart. Just restart. Go ahead. So 1. Okay. So can we tell an interview? No. Can we take 10-minute break? It's prayer time. Yes. OS. Sure. Where our big break is coming as well. As it's yeah. Well, just go ahead and restart. So I'm just putting that back here. This. So if you have given static IP, you can just VMware tools, install and restart VM. We have done that too. We have given the static IP to the first NIC and VMware tools here. Second NIC. After this, we will copy a script that will create 300 users. So guys, we're going to then. I'm putting that script there. Hopefully, everyone has access to the course. So I'm uploading a script there. Go to the LMS and then grab that script right now. I'm just putting that script files there. Where? Here. So because you all have access to this Office 365 here, otherwise I'll also put the link, download link there in WhatsApp. So it's I'm gonna go to the resources. There's only one in LMS. There's only one area where there's the word resources. This resources here, right? So I'll just go there. Okay, resources. I'll put 2 brackets here so you can just find the resources there. So resources area, I'm just adding 2 files there. You can download from there 2 files in your computer. Choose file. I'm just uploading them now in that area. Drive. I'll just go for scripts for all classes. So what did I do? Okay, so one is .ps1 file. Hopefully it lets me upload. Okay, it uploaded that. And then the other one is add file again. The 2 files that you need to download are in resources, the double bracket area in the LMS or Learning Management System site. And there are 2 files inside the resources which are called createlabusers.ps1 and labusers.csv. These 2 files we need to copy inside the virtual machine. These 2 files we need to, okay, so 10-minute break, can you please add in WhatsApp group in the break? Sure. I'm gonna add this link to here as well. In WhatsApp, I'm giving you the download link. Otherwise, it's in LMS as well, right? So I'll just go for drive. So guys, there's a link in this chat, download link for those 2 files. You need to copy them in the server 1 because we need to create a 300 users, because we're going to then migrate or synchronize all those users as well. So in the WhatsApp group, I'm also putting that there. And oh yes, sure, Sheikh. So I just heard that Sheikh thing now. And those who have not been added yet, I'm just putting in all your links there. So you can download that script. Those who are not in WhatsApp. I can choose my own password, right? Yes, Adif, you can choose your own password. Just don't forget it. Okay, so LMS, if you go there, there's resources folder there. The 2 files are there as well. You can download from there, or you have that drive link here as well, right? Yes. So yeah. How's the weather in Australia, Hassan? Is it day there? Okay. Yeah. It's so cool. Yeah. Here it's very cold here. So I can choose my own password. Yeah. Alright guys, so what we need to do is, I'm going to download that file, and what are we doing with that file? So now we need to follow this, guys. When you're going back to the server, you need to create an empty folder in C drive called scripts. You have to go to the server, you have to create an empty folder in the C drive of the server 1. So where's the C drive? It's in the, you go to the yellow folder or file explorer, you click this PC and C drive and right click here. So you need to create an empty folder called scripts. You need to create an empty folder in C drive called scripts, right? You need to create an empty folder in C drive called scripts, right? And this is an empty folder in C drive. All right. So Wes, I have, you can see the link in the chat. Download the 2 files from there. You can see the link in the chat. Download the 2 files from there. These 2 files you need to copy inside server 1 inside an empty folder called scripts. We just created an empty folder called scripts. Copy those 2 files in the scripts folder. Copy those 2 files in the scripts folder, and that's for everyone. So okay, good. And I'll just go down to that folder, and there's a labusers.csv and there's a create labusers.ps1. Labusers.csv and create labusers.cs1 ps1. Seriously, did I say cs1? Okay, so I'll go to the file location. I'm going to copy these 2 files and I'm going to put it and paste it in scripts. Now guys, this is a virtual machine based lab, so that's why there are million steps. Then we're going to go totally cloud after that, right? So it's everything will be only in Office 365. So you're just going to use browser after that. But right now it's a virtual machine. It's a local branch that we're connecting to the cloud, which is a very critical experience for you, because that comes in the interview. How can you connect? How can you synchronize the local on-premises users to the cloud? So this lab is very, very critical. Repeat it multiple times at home until you know every step of it. You do hard work now and you reap the rewards later. You get a good job. Enjoy the rest of your life, right? So that's how it translates to. Okay, so I forgot the scenario. Are you installing Exchange Server on-prem as well? Oops, no, Ali. Exchange Server, if we started installing Exchange Server, that's gonna take 2-3 more classes. So, but if you want to install at home, I can give you the video. I teach Exchange Server in George Brown College. So I can give you that video. You can install Exchange Server. I can give you the software as well. But we are not installing Exchange Server or SharePoint here in this course, because then it already is 5-in-1, so it's gonna get overwhelming. Okay guys, here your screen should look like this. In server 1 you have a C drive where there's an empty folder called scripts where you copied these 2 files. How many are done? Okay, so yeah, Ali, at the start of the class I did mention that that we're going totally Exchange online, but at the end of the course I can try, but then it would be that no, just let me only try that. Let me give a demo of that, and everyone don't follow, or you can just follow the video with me, because that's a overwhelming lab. This is a big lab, right? So okay, so Mariam, I'll be sharing with you the Exchange files. So guys, those who need the Exchange Server installation video and the Exchange Server software, so please separately just email me. and I'll just arrange it for you. And please do a little follow-up. I kind of forget because there's so much else going on. So guys, who's done with this? The scripts and done, right? So Atif has put a photo there, and now he's there. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, so Sam is done, Jane is done, Fahad is done, Nosa is done, Leo is done. Okay, cool. Well, not all are done, I guess. So guys, we need the files to be here. So Atif, then you can right click here. If you're following, right click here, and you have to click install Vmware tools. So right click on top of the machine here and install Vmware tools. Right click on top here, install Vmware tools. Right? So, and once you install Vmware tools, then you have to go to yellow folder inside the virtual machine and go to this PC. Yellow folder inside the virtual machine, go to this PC and double click DVD. Ali saying, after installing user in AD, user will have one password in both Office 365 and AD. Yes, that's our objective is, Ali. That's what we want. We need to synchronize our local Active Directory username password to Office 365 Active Directory, and after that it will be the same password, both sides. But it's a bit more complicated than that. So I'm going to show you a lot of, there will be many scenarios, then we're going to start and testing that how does it all work. So okay, and okay guys, so if we are in C drive and we are in scripts, right? So you can also tell me how many are not done actually. Today is what, 8:20? Okay. So guys, there's that time coming from long break, but yeah, still. Oh, good. So Avas is done. Good, very good. So so guys, if you are seeing these two scripts here, what we need to do is, I think everyone's there now, or majority of us are there now, because we have to keep moving. Also, those who are falling behind, you can just put a screenshot up there, and I can tell you what to do next with that. So now what we need to do is that we can open PowerShell, right? Where's PowerShell here in server 1? So you can left click here, not right click. Left click on the Windows icon here. When you left click, this opens, right? This opens. So here you can see PowerShell, and we need to open it with administrator privileges. Here you see PowerShell, we need to open it with administrator privileges. So right click on top of that and click more, and it will let you open it with administrator privileges, right? We need PowerShell that helps us create scripts to automatically do multiple tasks, which can be done in an hour. We can do with scripts in a few seconds. So run as administrator there. So again, left click here, and then right click on top of Windows PowerShell, then go to more, and then click run as administrator, and then click run as administrator. So once you do that, this press yes comes, just go ahead and press yes, and the blue window comes here. Blue screen comes here. So blue screen comes here. And now we just need to run those scripts, right? If you're all on the blue screen now, let's go for the script. So we need to put cd /. If any one of you have done the DOS before, you know, DOS way back, when we used to be young, right? Now it's like, okay. So cd /, yeah, DDoS. Oh, not the distributed denial of service attacks. No, not that. So DOS operating system. So cd /, press enter, and then dir to see the contents of the drive, press enter. dir to see the contents of the drive and press enter. Ah, cool. And then go for cd space scripts, the folder that you, empty folder that you created, and then you put two files inside that folder name, cd change directory space SCRIPTS scripts CD space SCRI. So what's the folder name? Scripts. So change directory scripts means go inside that folder. So press enter. Once you're inside the script, again you want to see the contents of that drive. So dir enter. Now you should be seeing these two files here. You should be seeing these two files when you type the dir. If anyone missed it, cd backslash here, then dir here, and cd space scripts here, press enter, and then dir, press enter. So you should be seeing that. Fox Pro, whoa, whew. Fox Pro, that's way back, man. So I thought you were a young guy. You're as old as I am, Ali. Okay, so I'm just kidding. Here, now guys, if you're at that stage, you need to execute create lab users.ps1 script. It's a file that has some code that will access all the information in lab users.csv file. It has 390 names written there. Lab users.csv has 390 names written there. So this code inside the .ps1 file, PowerShell file, will take those names and create user accounts in Active Directory. So it will automatically do that. So just start typing CREA. First 3 or 4 letters of that, just start typing, but not the whole thing. And press tab here. Type CREA and press tab on the keyboard. Tab on the keyboard once only. Tab on the keyboard once only. Oh, file is done, man. Okay, that's good. So just press tab and it should change. And it should change it to // create lab users.ps1 // it should change it to this style. Don't // create lab users.ps1. So I'm just gonna press if it can only be done through no DC promo. Wow, another memory DC promo in 2008. So // create lab users, if it is in this state, then it can execute and press enter. So you have to just type the first 3 letters CREA, then press tab on the keyboard and wait for it to become there should be a // and this, and if it is like that, press enter. I hope we all understand that. Enter. So it pops up like this. So it's asking, hey, where's the other file? So I'm going to go for double-click scripts. And there is the file it is looking for, labusers.csv, right? Shouldn't we join the 280 and then create users? Sam, we haven't... Okay, sure. Go. Okay. See, because, it's hunger that is right now, attacking me. So that's why. So guys, what happened is Sam is correct. Guys, what happened? 3 minutes left. Yeah. So, guys, Sam is correct. Now, those who have double-clicked it already, you have created an account in a local server. So we haven't installed Active Directory to create accounts inside, right? So this happens when my kid came 3-4 times. Hey, the breakfast is happening now, and I'm oh, there you go, 5th time. So I'm totally distracted. I was distracted, I guess, or I was helping others. Oh, because we spend too much time on basics instead of important stuff. Yes, Leo, it's there are all types of users here. There are some beginners here as well. So that's why they all have to be on the same page. Okay, no, don't do that. Okay, so yes, we're gonna take a break. So that's why I got confused as well. So yes, there are day 2. Just bear with us, and we're gonna pick up pace. But it's been, yes, it was a lot of basics. So because we have mixed students here, right? So guys, we have to install Active Directory, and then we have to do that. So those, okay, go. Okay, so guys, let's just do that now. If you have run this command, it's okay, it doesn't matter. But let's go back to dashboard and go for add roles and features. I'm going to show you how. Yeah, Abdurrahman. Okay. So, okay guys, so add roles and features. We're just going to start the installation and then we're going to go for a break here. So yeah, we have to bear with it. This is how the class is. I have to take everyone with me, right? So uh, that's how we go. Okay, so dashboard and go for add roles and features. And I hope we're there. Just click next because this is we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna take a break and then come back. So next, role based or feature based installation. Yeah. So okay, guys, we're going to click. So just do it fast now. Next and Active Directory. Just select that and next install and then let's take a break. Right. So Active Directory domain services. Just select that. Only Active Directory domain services. Don't select the DNS here. Active Directory domain services. Select that and click next. That's it. Active Directory's domain services. This one. If you selected that, next install. Let's take a break, guys, and then come back here. Well, I'm trying everyone to be on the same page here, and if you're at the end, just click restart and install. Now let's take a break, right? So then we're gonna install. So yeah, this is the first time I got distracted that I didn't install Active Directory and I'm installing, creating users here. So sorry for that, but yeah, it's just that I was giving help to so many other students as well. Okay, guys. The break is 30 minutes, 8:28, so 38, 48, 58. It's like, yeah, it's 8:30, so it's 30 minutes, 9 o'clock we come back. Yeah, 9 p.m. Okay, guys, so, okay, I have to really close and lock my door. My kid is really... Okay, guys, so we're going to come back at 9, and we're going to try to do this. Go ahead, we're just crawling ahead, but yeah, we have to find some pace there. Okay, come back out of the break, right? Class starts at 9. Okay, guys, let's take a break. Do one. So here, what we're trying to do is that we have tried to install domain controller. Many of us can do that with eyes closed and hands tied behind their back. Yes, they can do that. It's so easy, but many are doing it for the first time as well. So, but they are fast, and they try to go ahead and do that, right? Okay, so we can just go ahead and yeah, there was that distraction. Because of that, I did not install Active Directory. In fact, in this diagram, I should have just mentioned here Active Directory /DNS, right? So because we need to synchronize those users inside Active Directory, not outside. Now that script that we ran, that was a mistake from my side. That the script was running, without an Active Directory. So in fact, that I've done that the first time. It's a record-breaking thing for me. I teach MCSA. So yeah, first we have to install Active Directory, and then and DNS gets installed with it. So let's do that and then run the script. So then run the script. Now I guess so many students needed help for so many steps that I got distracted from that, but it happens. It's our environment, right? And so where did it save all the users without installing AD? So Father is asking where did it save all the users without installing AD, and it is installed locally. So suppose you have a member server, right? Member server is a server that is without Active Directory. It's a standalone server right now. So it will save all the users locally. Those local users can be even 10,000. And when we install Active Directory, it's always what we create there that is separate within Active Directory, and what we create in local, it's just local users. So we can ignore those local users because we're going to install Active Directory and create users inside Active Directory. So for that, we're going to install Active Directory now. Okay, so I'll just put it back inside. Atif, so after two, so yeah, how about you can, now we have 1 hour left, so Atif, you can wait for me, and maybe at the end of the class, I will just remotely connect to your computer and do it for you, right? So try to understand right now everything that is going on, because there are so many steps in between where you are, right? But don't worry, before the next class, I'll get you up and running. Okay, so guys, here I'm just going to start that again, and okay, we need to just go for the domain controller. So maybe we have done that already, this one, that we installed the Active Directory role here. So if you have done that, either you can click promote this server to a domain controller, or I'll click close, and we can do that from here, promote this server to a domain controller, right? So let's click that, promote this server to a domain controller. Thank you, Atif. So I'm just going to click that, promote the server, or this one, whichever. If you close that, just go there to the yellow triangle and do that. So once you click the promote the server to a domain controller, and then there's that add a new forest. So we're going to create the Microsoft network. So let's click that add a new forest here. And this is going to be a new Microsoft network, the forest, the site, the tree, the domain. So we're going to just give this network a name. So that is called domain name, right? You give a name to the network. So you can go for your first name domain dot local, right? It could be dot anything. So even it could be dot Honda dot Toyota, or Honda dot Toyota, or banana dot Apple. It could be anything, right? But it's a local domain name here. That's the first thing. Second thing, suppose your company name is abc.com. You want to give that name here, you can give that. But normally administrators go for .local just to separate it from the cloud domain, or whenever you're publishing servers. So there's a company name that ends with your first name domain.com, suppose. .com is an internet domain, right? So that's why it's better to put .local for local domains there. So we're going to synchronize the users from up there, from here. So that this decision also counts that how do you want to put that domain name there. So better go for, can I use, yes, Vikas, you can use existing domain, it's okay. So and I'm just going to click that your first name domain.local and click next. Let's click next. And so now we see here forest function level, domain function level, DNS gets installed with it. So that's why I did not select the DNS before. We just selected Active Directory domain services, right? So there's that DNS and global catalog selected. It's not going to let you go ahead if you don't put the username, the password here. So the password that I showed you already, if you forgot, this is the password I'm using here. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123, right? Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift. So you can use any of your password. Don't forget it. If you forgot it, there are some hacker services that are really expensive. You can use those. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. So okay, so next, once you have given this the password, that's it, or a password, that's it. Next, so there's nothing here for DNS on this page. It just says, hey, I don't find a DNS here. So obviously we're in the process of installing that. That's why you cannot find it. So we can ignore this and click next. And that's just a NetBIOS name, which means that legacy applications can connect to it. So legacy applications can, or applications with single name access can connect to it, right? So now, if it is there, then click next. That's it. Next, finish, right? Next, finish and install. So let's click next. That's it, nothing here, says Paul. Summary, nothing here. Next. So one more prerequisite failed, verification of prerequisites, yes. So guys, you might not see this error, but I'm seeing that, and it's just saying that my local administrator password is not given. So if you do not see that, and you click, and you see the install button clickable, just go ahead and click install. In my case, yeah, my ISO is such that it didn't give a password to my administrator, so I'm just gonna give administrator account password now, which is, I'm gonna go to, so you don't have to do that, what I'm doing now. If you didn't get this error, don't do that. Just click install. You're good. You go ahead. Click install. I'm just gonna open command prompt admin here. You don't have to follow me if you didn't get this error. I'm just gonna give my local administrator the password. Net user administrator, and the password local is small equal to shift 123 without shift 123. Okay, so yeah, my ISO installed in such a way that it didn't give the password. Normally it asks for a password during the ISO installation, right? So I'm just gonna go back, previous, and then I'm gonna go next, next, next. So click install, guys. Okay, so Active Directory is installing. Now after that, we can just go for, so if I just move the picture, do I have internet connection right now? No, my network connection is showing yellow triangle here. My network connection is here showing yellow triangle beside the clock within the virtual machine. Beside the clock, right bottom, I see yellow triangle, right? So this means I don't have internet connection. I'll be later, once Active Directory is installed, I'm going to install, add the NIC there. Father is asking, do you also give PowerShell classes? No. PowerShell, I had to create my scripts in the contracts, and I just got the, whatever ready-made scripts were there, I was able to modify them. I can give you, send you resources for PowerShell. I'll create in LMS a PowerShell section as well, where you can get all the easy resources for beginners, PowerShell beginners, because it is really, really critical to have PowerShell. We're going to be connecting through cloud with or Office365 with PowerShell as well, or CLI. So, but please do remind me. I have scattered resources here and there about PowerShell. I'll just collect them in the LMS. So, free PowerShell resources. By the name of that, you can just access that. And some very good videos are there for beginners. Normally, if you type, and I also typed in Google PowerShell for beginners, right? So there are so many resources there, but yeah, it's not that easy. Or you can go for udemy.com, udemy.com, Udemy, and there, whichever PowerShell course, just type PowerShell in search, and whichever PowerShell course has thousands of students, just go for that. Obviously, thousands of students are there because that guy's good. I kept purchasing a lot of courses on Udemy. I didn't have time to watch, but it's a good reference whenever you need it. For any job environment, they can tell you to come up with scripts. So I had to come up with scripts as well, and I was able to modify. You have to learn basic PowerShell up to the level where you can modify. Alright, guys. So it's installing and restarting. So while this is, I'm saying while this is going on, I want to go to Office365 and we can create an account there, basic account. So, let's finish from here first, because if we don't have a local or on-premises AD, how can we connect it to the cloud, Azure AD? Okay, so some of you might be already there. My machine is also trying to be there, and some machines are much slower as well. So I'm going to go back to this our plan here. Now the plan is create a local branch. Yes, done. Open Vmware Workstation, install 2016, Active Directory and DNS. This is being done now. So we're at this stage. Then we're going to go to this create 300 users. Even I wrote those steps there and I forgot to follow this step, right? So now we're doing this step. So after that, we're going to again run the 390 users within Active Directory. When it detects Active Directory, it's going to create those users in Active Directory, right? And the other thing is connect this VM to internet. So it has to be NAT, right? So NAT, just connect it to NAT, right? With second NIC. So we're gonna add a second NIC here, right? Now, if it's taking forever, we can actually concentrate on creating a free Office 365 Enterprise 5 account. So we could do multitasking. Now, what is our plan? We're going to create a local branch or on-premises AD, and then we're going to create a new Office 365 Enterprise 5 subscription. So while the Active Directory is still restarting, what we can talk about is that there are 3 packages. So Office 365 E1 or Enterprise 1 having much fewer services, and then I'm going to show you there as well. I'm just typing here Office 365 E3, then a bit more services, but what are those services? We're going to check that out. And then Office 365 E5 Enterprise 5. So that Enterprise 5 is what we're going to create a trial account of, because it has all the services. And that's where we can upgrade our Active Directory from Premium 1 to Premium 2 as well. And we can just try to understand that. So these are the 3 packages. Now this is also very cheap here, Office 365 subscription. So I'm just gonna go there to Google, and there we can just go for Office 365 excuse me, Enterprise plans. There you go. So I'm going to share that link now. Office 365 compare Office 365 Enterprise plans. I'll click that, and I'll put this in chat. So go ahead and open that and put this in the group. Right. So there's that Microsoft. Okay, so that's Office 5 business for business plan. So you can see here then there is that E1, and there is learn more, and then E3, and so E1 is per employee $10 per month, E3 is $26 per employee per month, and E5 is $46 per employee per month. Ouch. So but this E5 has all the packages, but then you can go for apps for enterprise. This is just limited apps. They're $16 per month. So if you go down with E1 first of all, and that is we're gonna go for E5 trial version, but E1, if I go, so you can see already then the features are showing on the left side here, right? So Office, install Office client, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and blah blah blah, and 5 tablets you can install it on. This is for everyone other than the E1. E1 you cannot install on 5 machines per user, but E3 and E5 you can. So it just gives you, this document gives you a very good insight into all the packages. So yeah, sure, okay. And here, email and calendar. So you can see email calendar is with all 3 packages. This is E1, this is E3, this is E5. And if we go for meetings and voice, yes, all 3 packages have that. Social and intranet, so this means SharePoint and Yammer. You can see the application icons there. Outlook, Exchange is with all 3 packages. It's just that the advanced features are not there for lower packages. If we go for Teams here, so all 3, E1, E3, E5, all have Teams as well. If you go for SharePoint and Yammer, all 3 have that. Files and contents, file sharing, you can have all this as well. Task management, so this is where Power Power Automate, To Do Planner. These extra applications are not in E1, but E2, E3, E5 has it, right? And then we go down, and then these are advanced features, advanced analytics. So this is between all three. Device and app management. We're gonna go for majority of those features and check that. But you can see that E1 pretty much has a lot of things. The main thing is E1 doesn't have security. Threat protection. Are you kidding me? Threat protection is detect and investigate advanced threats, right? So E1 and E3 both doesn't have it. So that's not good. So E5 only has the threat protection, right? So if you go for information protection, this is for copyright protection. You open MS Word, and then you cannot save as, you cannot print, you cannot email forward, you cannot delete, you cannot download. So this is called copyright protection. Somebody worked on the document and you don't want that document to be spreading or being leaked somewhere, so you just put some restrictions. So E3 has information protection, but E1 doesn't have it. So E1 doesn't have security and protection packages there. So E1 is like, seriously? So advanced compliance. So this is where E3 and E5 are there. So you can see that if you don't want to go expensive, E3 still supports a lot of features. Threat protection is not even in E3. So if hackers try to attack, you're kind of more vulnerable than E5. So and E5 has all that, right? So you can see 46 per user per month for E5. So this is a very good comparison that you get, and if there is an exam question that comes there, you can just go for. So yeah, questions are, Mariam is asking what white check means. Oh, so some of the features are there, some of the features are not there. So there are bigger check marks there, but it's just about advanced features there that are there, and some of the advanced features, the Teams itself is there, but some of the advanced features are not there with that. That is for white check and black check. Wow, what an observation. Cool. Okay, and then Ali's asking, is that advanced threat management ATP? Yes, this is ATP, Ali. This is threat management. It is advanced threat management. So, and DLP, so that is data loss prevention. Saeed is asking, DLP is normally in compliance. So compliance is this advanced compliance. That is with E3, but not all features are there with E3 because it's a white arrow and the black arrow, which means this is all features are there. So we're going to create a trial of E5. But advanced compliance is where you get, you can click the plus sign and then it goes ahead with all details as well. But data loss prevention is in advanced compliance. See this? You can just expand that and you will see that, right? So guys, while the domain controller for some of us are still maybe restarting, so let's go way up there. And do you see E5 and do you see try for free? So that's what we're going to go for. So you have clicked the link. Do you see E5 and do you see try for free? If you see that, go ahead and click try for free. Excuse me. Try for free. Let's click that. And then here, Ali, it's okay. Yeah, sure. So here, let's set up your account. I hope everyone's on this page. Now you have to carefully configure that, but it's, first of all, rest assured that you don't need credit card for that. So that's a very good news, because for AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, you need a credit card. Normally in that course, I asked them, you all that, hey, did you bring your credit card? So here, just put your email, whichever email you use regularly, right? So it's idguyme@gmail.com is my email, and you can put whichever you want. Better go for Gmail, but like it's not compulsory. It's just that use one email for pretty much everything, and you must give me your Gmail as well, because I need to share this video with you by adding your Gmail there. Otherwise, you won't be able to watch the video, right? So email is there, idguyme@gmail.com, right? So if that is done, let's click next. So once you click next, it says, looks like you need to create a new account. Let's get you started. Continue as idguyme. So okay, I hope everyone's doing that. So if you have clicked that there, then click setup account. So let's click set up account. Don't go ahead of me, guys, but at your own risk if you wanna. So set up account. Once you click that, now you have to just put your name. Yeah. Okay. So just put your first name, last name, Amir Shahzad. Okay, business phone number is your actual phone number, and you need to give your phone number. It's okay. You can trust Microsoft. Microsoft people are very nice people. I've met them. They don't abuse your phone number or yeah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so 647-554-944. Why am I saying that? Okay, so anyway, company name. Give any of your company name. Anything. Well, Canada company. Okay, see. Nice name, right? So just any name, company name. They're not gonna investigate you. So company size, that's it. Anything, 2 to 4 people, and it's Canada. Okay, so put this information there, or wherever, which country you are, you can just put that name. It really doesn't matter, whatever you put there. But your number, that's what you need to put, because they're about to send you a text, and you have to put that code there. Otherwise, you won't be able to even create the account. So if this information is there, click next. If I want to, Ali's saying, if I want to add Azure account, can use same info? No, Ali. So guys, there's that very careful thing. Suppose you are using Azure account separately in your company. Suppose you're using Azure account, right? So Azure user, Azure email, Azure user account info, you cannot use, do not use with Office 365. Keep Azure email and Office 365 email separately. You know what will happen? They will block your Azure account if you haven't requested Microsoft to connect officially the Azure with Office 365. They're going to check your credit card information. They're going to check your company information. They're going to then make sure that you are they connect the right company products to each other. So if you didn't do that, do not use an Azure account to log into Office 365 because they will block your Azure account. And I learned it the really hard way, and then we had to request like for 5 or 10 business days to get our Azure back. So do not use that. Just go for an independent new email and just use that. Do not, anything you're using with Azure IaaS, do not use it with Office 365. So email is okay. Yes, but the thing is that if Azure account, so suppose it's John at the whatever company name dot free online, or Azure mail, or Azure dot something, so that account cannot be used here. But yeah, Gmail, Hotmail can be used. Alright guys, so let's click next. Yeah, so any Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo can be used. Let's click next. So then text me. Yes, I'm waiting for that. So let's click send verification. So I'll put the text. Send verification code. I hope everyone get it. I hope I get it. Huh? 927. Oh, I got it without zzz or anything. So it's 425218. 425218. Okay, so verify. Okay, we're good. So make sure, well, you get the code and you verify, right? And then what we need to do is you need to give a company name now, right? So the free name is .onmicrosoft.com. The free name is .onmicrosoft.com. And just so we can just put a name here like your first name. I hope there's no other Amir in this class, or if you have same names, just try to. So your first name and today's date 07. You need to take a picture of this at the end. So 07May 2020, and then go for some unique name after that. So I'm going for samosa, right? So go for unique name, your favorite food, your favorite car, your favorite city, your favorite actor, whatever. So just, but don't take samosa now, right? I took it. So click anywhere else and it says it is available. So your first name, today's date, and whatever unique word you want to put there, just go for that, right? Yeah, samosa. Yeah, that's it. So once you go ahead, that's it. Go ahead, click next, right? So you should be seeing this. Hey, what account you want to create? You've given a company name. Normally companies give this name, and this account they're gonna create. So admin, just go for admin. Don't do anything. Well, if you want to put some other name, it's okay, but just remember it. Otherwise, just go for this format, and we can remind each other. Okay, that's how we put the name there. Because next class, most probably you will forget this. So put it somewhere safe. Just take a picture of that. The best thing is take a picture of this. Not this, but when it is finished. So admin at your company name and create a password. So you know the password, or at least I'm putting that small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. And again, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. I hope Atif, you're doing that, because it's not related to that machine. Like this is a separate lab, or maybe I'm too late. So so this is online side of it. So yeah, everyone should be doing that. So admin, and there is that password and confirm password. Well, that's it. So I would like to hear from Microsoft. No. I would like Microsoft to share. No. Okay, so do not click these two options here. Do not click these checkboxes. So if we are done here, and if you've done exactly like that, hopefully nobody's stuck. So click sign up. When the actual information comes, then take a picture of that. Because many students forget pretty much every second, third, fourth, even after a few classes. Oh, what was my login ID for Office 365? So now what's coming, it's creating your account, right? Saying it's creating your account. So just when it comes down to the, hey, it is created, then take a picture of that. Yes, okay. So don't click go to setup. Just first take a picture of that. I'm taking that picture because I will forget that. I'm sure I know that. So this information, admin at username. So this I'm gonna put it on my document here as well. So info, because I need to really access this information. Okay, so guys, now if you have created that, let's click go to setup, right? Manage your subscription. Not yet. Let's click go to setup. Now here it will actually I'm going to show you that. So Asad is saying created. We're good. Ali, are you recording? Ooh, Ali's asking, are you recording? Let me check that. I always double check. Thank you for that. Yes, I'm recording. So okay, and yeah, so I'm just gonna click go to setup. So once you click go to setup here, thank you for choosing Microsoft 365. Yay! Let's finish setting up things. Yay! Wow, man, last course it was not like that. They've just, every course I see different, totally different interface. Anyway, so first thing it's saying, maybe everyone's there. So you can see install Office, add domain, add users, connect domain, share Microsoft Teams. So this is, yeah, a good setup option there. But we're not going to install Office now. Now remember that when we are creating an E5 package and we create an Enterprise 5 package, so all advanced features are there, right? So you can use this for 30 days and in 5 devices with that one subscription. So now first thing is that I'm not installing, we don't need to download this, install Office. So let's click continue, right? So once you click continue here, so nothing here, right? And the second thing is saying that your domain represents your organization. Yes, we're going to be doing that, but I'm going to show you the other way. Hopefully everyone has purchased the godaddy.com domain there. So but right now we don't have to add that because I'm going to show you the custom way to do that. But you could have added here as well. It would have asked you the credentials of your godaddy.com username, password. It's going to ask you. We're not going to go this way, but it's going to ask you if you want it to go this way, and then it's going to create some DNS records of Azure inside the DNS management area of godaddy.com. Why? Because it will connect the domain you purchased in godaddy.com. It will connect that domain to this Azure subscription. Why would we want to do that? We're going to discuss that too. So, but right now, let's stick to use default domain for now. This is the free domain, which will remain free for 30 days or 60 or 90 days, whatever the free trial is. So, but stick to the default domain. I hope you have all selected that. Let's click use this domain. So select this second option, use this domain. And yeah, we don't need to create any users because we're going to be synchronizing all the users. So right now, but you can see that at domain, and you can see that it ends with a free domain name .onmicrosoft.com. Suppose there's our manager and his name is John. So John at the company name .onmicrosoft.com. So when your company name ends with onmicrosoft.com, this is a free domain. So John, when he's sending emails and that email arrives to a client and client sees John at onmicrosoft.com, that's a free domain. Hey, is that a hacker? I'm not doing business with this guy. Who's this? Let me just call John. Hey, John, is your email this? So John says, yeah, we just shifted to Microsoft Office 365 and we will be adding our GoDaddy domain, which is our company name actually. We're going to be adding that from godaddy.com here, and then it will be attached to my name. For now, I'm using a free domain name, but later I'm going to be using GoDaddy domain as a tenant. I'm going to add here, and I'm going to connect it to John at that company name which you purchased in godaddy.com. So this is temporary. We're going to keep it temporary, but later we need to add that domain because that's very critical. So do this later. Let's click that. Do this later. Okay, good. And activate records. So your domain is set up to have DNS records managed by Office 365 and is already configured to be used with Office 365 services. Yeah, so that's okay. I mean, like the resource records, the DNS records, the A record, which is the machine name and IP, and C name record if there are any aliases or second names to a machine, or pointer record, which is IP to name. So all those have been created. So we'll say, yeah, okay, thank you. So let's click continue. Okay, help people use Microsoft Teams. Email users in my organization about Teams. Don't send an email about Teams. We don't have any users, so we can select the second one. Don't send any email about Teams. But this is a good setup that they have created. It was not like that. It was a little different. This is more helpful. They've done improvements and okay. So yes, click for don't send an email about Teams and click continue. Okay, that's it. Setup is complete. Give those poor guys 5 stars. Come on, they deserve it, right? Okay. Anyway, so it's okay, Microsoft, to contact me. No, that's not okay. So that's it. And go to Admin Center. So this is where we need to be, the Admin Center. So let's click that. Go to Admin Center. Oops. Okay, there was a question and then NVM. So how about the checkbox for the password at the bottom on the previous page? Oops. Okay. Oh well, it's NVM. So. Yeah, hey, I cannot even go back, seriously. Or I can. No. Okay. So, let's click, just go to Admin Center. Yeah, there was a drop down here, right? So, that's it. So, even if you submit, it's just 5 stars there. You can submit that if you want. Okay, I'll submit. Those guys will be so happy. I mean, they will have one day of celebration after a long time, right? Okay, so once we click the go to Admin Center, I'm clicking go to Admin Center. So now this is the Admin Center that is being created in the background right now. You might not see all the features here. See this? First of all, it's Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We don't call it Office 365. The new name, which is just going to overcome Office 365, is Microsoft 365. And second thing is Show All. Let's click that Show All. No, we should submit. I mean, it's Microsoft, poor $1 trillion company. There's poor guys. Just appreciate them. Okay, so show all here. Once you click show all, so go down, 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 down. So this is our action, or we can say battleground, or our action area. Admin centers. You might not see all of them. Some of you might not be seeing compliance, or some of you might not be seeing exchange. Some of you might not be seeing SharePoint, but it's just coming there. It's all coming up, or maybe you're seeing everything, right? We will buy this. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're saying that you will buy this, your company will buy this, Nasser, or okay. So security, compliance, Azure Active Directory, Exchange, SharePoint, all admin centers. So definitely these are all that we need, right? So if you're seeing all that, that's very good. And so we have created our Office 365 right now, guys. The main thing that you're going to be confused about is and you're going to get used to it because we're going to do intense lab there. So it will be whenever we click this. So let me just show you security. So let's click security. It will create another tab here, right? Security tab. I'm going to go back to the previous tab. I'm just trying to get you used to that. There will be so many tabs up there that you're going to be confused. Oh, whoa, where am I? What? So see this? I've created a security tab. I've clicked on the security. If I go back here to this tab, I click the security. So remember the icon. Well, you're gonna so always concentrate on try to remember the icon. This is a lock icon here for security. If I click back here, I'm gonna click compliance now. Compliance, it opens yet another tab. It is a lock without, there's a white background here. It is locked without white background. If I go back here, Azure Active Directory, its tab is like this triangle, right? So try to, we're going to be doing that a lot, and you should not be very much confused with the tabs. And you're going to see that there will be some troubleshooting that needs to be done. Some of the things will not be happening because you're totally relying on a browser now. So your choice of browser really counts. The Edge browser here is also good. I have been using Edge, although I don't use Edge for anything else. But with Microsoft products, Edge is very good, actually. And this is a very strange thing I'm saying there. You might not, believe that, but Edge normally takes us to Edge, and we're like, takes us to Edge, right? But anyway, so with Microsoft products, Edge even shows you some advanced features that in Chrome you don't see. So that used to happen before, but now they have improved, and Chrome is also showing all the advanced features. So if I go down to Exchange here, so yet another icon there, and it is an envelope icon, yellow envelope, right? So these are all admin centers of enterprise grade applications there, right? And you need to remember those icons. The triangle for Active Directory, well, you're gonna see that, you're gonna get used to it, right? And if I go down here to SharePoint, SharePoint is a, I think, green icon. I hope they didn't change that. Oh, well, okay, yeah, it's a green S icon. So green Superman, right? And the final, then you see the all admin center. See this? So click that all admin centers. I think I don't see Teams yet here. So anyone else seeing Teams here? So if you click all admin centers here, so that is the main view. Then you can see that what is available and what is not available. Hey, where's Teams here? Seriously? Guys, anyone sees Teams? Microsoft Teams or Teams? Oh, so you do see Teams. That's not fair. So this means it's still, because it's a new account, so some of the features might not show yet, but they will be appearing there. Suppose I refresh that. So you might not see Exchange. You might not see anything else, right? So so I refresh that, and there is Stream, but not Team, but yeah, it's going to appear. Oh, there's Teams. So it was a matter of time. It appeared now. So when you create a new account, just don't panic. It is just there. It's gonna come there because they are arranging everything for you. Alright, guys. So we created Office 365, and I hope you have already connected to it. Oh well, you are connected right now. So if you had to install connect again, suppose you sign out, so remember this, it's portal.office.com. once you go there, and then your full username and password. So I'm gonna write that down here. When we've created Office 365, after creating Office 365 subscription account, then write in browser this https://portal.office.com, and it's not breezer, browser. Okay, so here portal.office.com, and then what? And then your username password. So remember that next time you should stay connected right away. And yeah, you want to do experiments in this, yes, you can do that. Your credit card is not connected here, you're good. So user name and password, obviously. So username, I'll put my username as an example here. So if in case you forgot yours, just take a picture and don't forget it. But I'm sure that you will be still checking that, hey, what's my username, right? So I'm just putting that example. This is the format that we followed too. We put a name and date and some unique name there, right? And password, whatever. So this is how you will log in every time for the rest of the course here, right? Okay, so that's one thing. Now let's check it. Oh yeah, so I don't see SharePoint, not from. So yeah, you can Costadian, you can refresh. 10. Okay, so under SharePoint, Sam's Abdullah, open the door. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. Other game. So I don't see SharePoint. So guys, just refresh it. It's gonna come. It's gonna appear, right? So because it's a new account, right? So now let's just visit. Now we have created our Office 365. We are just creating components. We are being slow here, but we need everyone to be understanding on the same page, right? So let's go back to what's going on the planet Earth, right? We were in the cloud, right? So let's go back to Earth, and in Earth, my Active Directory has been installed fully, right? So I'm going to see the three buttons here. Just click those three buttons here, and it's going to send Control Alt Delete here, Alt Delete. So click these three buttons, and then your first name domain is created, and it has actually, for me, it has created with my name here, which it got from Vmware Workstation. Suppose maybe you're seeing that too. So I don't need to log in from this. I need to click Switch User. Guys, you need to log in from, see this, other user. No, if you are already seeing administrator here, go ahead. I'm not seeing administrator, that's why I'm going to go for other users. So do not follow me if you already have logged in from administrator, you're okay. So I'm going to go for administrator and the password. So this is the domain administrator, and the password is small ABC capital shift123 and without shift123. Okay, so it shows up for Costadin. Okay, let's go. So Johnny and Sam, you can also refresh. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna appear there for you. So guys, our local environment, we're now having Active Directory, because now you're gonna see that on the left side, you're gonna see, excuse me, ADDS and DNS. Yes, well, that's what you want to see. Active Directory and DNS. I hope everyone's seeing on the left side here in Server Manager, the ADDS and DNS. So let's go to the top right here, and click Tools here. And do you see this? Active Directory Users and Computers. If yes, go ahead and click it. First confirm that, my mistake, that I asked you to create all the users and without Active Directory, so they should not be showing there. So let's click Active Directory and Computers here, Tools. And then it's showing the domain name. your first name domain, or that's the name of the network. And if you expand that, well, that's it. Built-in computers, domain controllers, and foreign security principals, managed services, and users. Okay, so we don't see that. Normally it creates a new organizational unit or a yellow folder like that, and it is called exchange users. That script creates that. So I don't see that folder here. So this means now we have to run that script again. This time it's going to create here the exchange users yellow folder or organizational unit that will have 390 users. So let's do that. Obviously the connection thing has to wait for next class, but what we can cover till now, we will do that. So here, let's go down to the yellow folder again, guys, because remember the script is inside the C drive in a folder called scripts. The two files are there. So I'm just going to confirm that first. In yellow folder, this PC and C drive, yes, the scripts is there, right? That's where we're going to go, but we're going to go from PowerShell. So the way we did it before, we're going to do that again. Scripts is already there with the two files, this one. Now I'm just going to go back to left side to open PowerShell with admin privileges. So left, click that, right? And then right click in PowerShell, the same drill that we did before. Click more. If you miss any step, I'll release we uploading the video, and you can just follow the video and do the lab before the next class, right? So try to understand now. So run as administrator here, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did before, and that was so Waka is saying script is going to add users in default user container. No, it's going to add users in it's going to create, the script has a code that will create a new organizational unit or the yellow folder, and all the users will be there. But you can drag after that to users folder if you want. But right now, by default, it's going to create a new OU or organizational unit. Okay, so here, guys, now I'm going to do that again. CD / enter to go out of that. dir enter. Scripts folder is there. CD space scripts scripts. Enter. So I'm inside the scripts folder. And then dir to see the content. Now we'll do the same thing that we did before. Just type the 3 or 4 letters CREA, and I'm going to press tab on the keyboard to autocomplete it, to change it to an executable form. Tab, and it should change it. Yeah, it changes it to executable form. This is called executable form dot backslash. Just press enter like before, and then it's going to ask, okay, where's the other file from which I need to grab the names? It's going to grab the names, and then it's going to create that in all the users inactivity. So enter, it pops up, hey, where's the other file that has 390 names? Or you can add as many names as you want, and it will create user accounts for those names. So that's the lab users here in the scripts folder. We did that before as well, right? So it's now creating here, it's going to create an extra OU or organizational unit or yellow folder here, which will have all these users. Now these users we need to synchronize up in the cloud. So make sure these users are there. So pretty much our on-premises AD or local branch configuration is done. We just need to give it internet connection now. And our cloud, Office 365 subscription is created, but there are some steps that we need to take there, and we're going to understand why are we doing what we're doing and what are the options there. So in initial lab, we try to go slow. We are trying to understand everything. We are coping up with the environment. We're trying to understand the environment. We're trying to understand our, class fellows as well, that what is our speed there. So, but in next classes, slowly, we're going to go faster and faster and faster. But I want everyone to understand what's going on, and I want everyone to be on the same page. So we just have to be patient here. But it's going to speed up. But those who are still struggling, then I have to request those in future classes to, just sit back and see how it is going on. If you can also do the lab and understand quickly, then follow us. Otherwise, try to stay back. But I'm sure all of you are smart, and you're gonna repeat all that, so you're gonna be faster next time. So guys, here my script creation is done. If I go back to my Active Directory users and computers here, I'm gonna click that your first name domain here and refresh just a few million times, only a couple of million times. So, and when you see that, you can see now Exchange users. That folder was created by the script, and the 390 users are there, right? So these users need to be synchronized up in Office 365 Azure Active Directory, right? So Exchange users here, and hopefully everyone got that and nobody missed the users and Exchange users folder here. Nasser is saying any verification command to verify. Verification command to verify. Verify what, Nasser? That are these users Active Directory users, or oh, okay. Oh, how many records are there? Yes, there's a. Oh man, yeah, I forgot that. But the command, yeah, there's a command that counts all that. But if you Google that, sure, share with me as well. Otherwise, I'll Google that. I'll have to Google that too. Okay. So then, Mariam says, what's the difference between Windows PowerShell and Windows PowerShell ISE? ISE is just a graphical user interface. I mean, like PowerShell is just plain, just a console here. ISE gives you more help here when you're writing commands, and it loads integrated window here. So it just has a lot of helping area here for PowerShell, and then it also goes for here. Suppose you want to type something, so it tries to fill up that what else you want to type, get dash, then it goes for okay, what command you need there, and it puts it in color. So it's very user friendly area. Integrates scripting environment. There you go, Nasser. So and I can see the same names. How many records we did before? Yeah. Nasser, what happened was it was my mistake. I asked everyone to create those names without Active Directory installed. I think I was really distracted because of, I guess I was helping, and my kid was coming here. So, but those names are supposed to be here in Active Directory. So they're there. That's what we need. So yeah. Okay. What else? Yeah. So guys, as far as our what we needed to achieve today, it was slow. I understand that, but day one, day two, we're just starting. There are some people who needs to really be helped. So that's why it is slow. We No environment is perfect, but we have to make sure everyone's on the same page, and everyone should be repeating this lab at home. Just create another sample machine or test machine and redo all the labs as soon as you get the video there, right? So tonight, I'll be, by tonight or by tomorrow, the video will be there. If not, then put it on WhatsApp. Hey, teach, where's the video? So I'll just upload that if suppose there was a delay. So I'll be putting all this information in the LMS. And for now, it's just 10 o'clock now. So we're going to continue with what? So first of all, guys, see this? Office 365, just if you want to play with all the features, go ahead and play. It's a 30-day trial version. So, and this machine, we're going to start exactly from here, but I want you to right click the machine, go to power, and suspend guest. Suspend means it's going to freeze the configuration, or whatever windows you have opened, it's going to freeze that, and it's going to be when we unsuspend it again, it's going to open the window again, right? So whatever windows were open, it's going to just start up from there. So just go ahead and suspend this machine, and don't touch it until the next class. Just follow the video and create a new machine, a test machine, where you can test all these things again. So try to work hard, try to repeat all the labs, try to understand everything, and even have multiple sources there for knowledge. What we are doing here, you just YouTube it, just Google it, just go to knowledge-based articles of Microsoft, right? So whatever terminology we have used in this diagram, just try to search that. What is AADC, right? And what is single sign-on? So what is Azure Active Directory? Just go for and do that search. What is AirWatch? What is MDM, right? We have used so many terminology here. So try to increase your knowledge by creating your summary and creating your own notes of what we talked about in detail. More knowledgeable you are, they will be impressed in the interview or promotion whenever you're going for that, right? Okay, guys, so video will be available in LMS. It will be here on so resources area, so pilot project, right? So where did we reach here? Preparing Office 365 Azure Active Directory, connecting local branch. So we didn't do that. Creating local branch environment and preparing Office 365. So the video will be right after this, preparing Office 365, because till here we covered everything, right? So connecting will be the next class, and GoDaddy.com domain. If anyone didn't purchase, go ahead and purchase that before the next class, and the next video will be after this. So whatever we've covered until that, right after that, the video will be there, and the documentation I'm gonna put in these areas. So keep visiting this LMS, and I need your Gmail for that. I think I have Gmail of everyone. If anyone has given me just Hotmail or Yahoo or Outlook, just give me Gmail, because you won't be able to watch the video if you don't give me Gmail. I'm gonna be adding your Gmail to the video, right? Okay, so questions now. Any questions? Then let me know. Otherwise, yeah, you can sign out from Office 365. Remember this, and just suspend the machine, and that's it. See you on Tuesday at 5:55. Any questions? Let me know. Yeah. So Vikas is saying for MS. Okay, can we get the dumps in order to start the preparing exam? Yeah, sure, Vikas. Just email me. For the MS100 dumps. I'll try to make it available in the LMS as well. Mariam is saying, do you need to correct the DNS from 127 to 192? Yes, Mariam, we can correct that. It's not very big deal, but yes, it's better to correct that. See you, Ali. Thank you. And Nazmul, did we set up second nick? So Nazmul, we're going to be doing that in next class. I'm going to just follow those steps again. Whatever's missing, we're going to cover that. Asad is saying, will you upload on YouTube? Yes, Asad, I'll be uploading in YouTube, but you should be logged into that. The previous video is this one, which you saw. So this video, class video, will be here under Pilot Project. I'm going to just create another section here, which will clearly say videos there. See you next week, Mariam. Okay, so thanks, good night, Sam. All right, Fahad. Fahad, if you suspend the machine, will it stay suspended if we boot the computer? Yes, it will stay suspended, and you can shut down computer, boot, it doesn't matter. Oh yes, Ali, I'll be doing that. Johnny, good night. Okay, good night. And Leo, see you next week. Good night. Good night, Leo. And Nazmul, okay, thanks. Good night. Good night, everyone. Have a good weekend, and see you next class. Yay! Okay, sir. Have a wonderful time. You too. Good night, Nazir. Wakas, good night. And no, sir. Good night. Bye. So I'll just click that, and I'll click